Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei was the Reincarnation of Anu's Voldigoad Part 3. Before we start, please go support John354 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. 36. Lena and Issei arrived at the place. Lena, hey, you'll follow me all day. Issei, something's not right here, so don't worry. Lena, okay. At that moment, Lena's partner arrived at the place. Lena, Michaela, everything is ready. Michaela, yes, but who is he? Aiming at Issei. Lena, don't take it seriously, he's just a colleague they sent. Michaela, I've never seen it before. Issei, I've been traveling a lot and not many people know me. After a few minutes the others arrived, but they were hiding. The only one who knew of their presence was Issei. At that, Yoshida activated a barrier that surprised everyone except Issei. Michaela leaves the place, and Lena did not know why, but Erika left the place and was going to attack her, but Lena was going to interfere. But Jumanji activated a shield protecting Erika. Lena was shocked by what was happening. Erika wasted no time going to attack her. But Michaela defended herself with her hand, surprising everyone. Lena, what's going on here? Issei, it's easy, Lena, she's not your friend. She's the person you're looking for. Lena, but... Issei, I feel sorry for you. Lena just lowered her head in sadness but quickly snapped out of it. After a few minutes they attacked her, but Michaela defended herself from their attacks. At that, Miyuki froze her. Miyuki, it's all over now. Tatsuya, yes. He approached the frozen girl. Erika, Tatsuya must be killed. Tatsuya, we need to investigate why I can't do that. Someone was going to say something, but then everyone saw that she was about to explode and they all moved away from the place to defend themselves. Meanwhile, Issei was just standing there. When an attack came near him, it was instantly destroyed thanks to his eye. Miyuki, Onisama, where are they attacking from? Tatsuya begins to inspect the place. After doing so, everyone gathered in a circle. Lena, hey Issei, you look very calm. Aren't you afraid that thing will attack you? Issei, not at all. Since after a while they stopped attacking him. Some were surprised since he was very calm in the place. Minutes passed, and with the help of Yoshida and Mizuki they managed to get rid of the parasite. Issei, wow, it was a long day. Lena, but you didn't do anything. Issei, well, see you on our way out, Lena. He told her in her ear, and when she heard that she got embarrassed and left the place. Issei, seeing her leave, just put on a smile since he liked to bother her. After that everyone went home since they had a long day. The next day they were on their way to school. When they got home, Erika gave her friends some chocolate. Issei, thank you. Tatsuya, thank you, Erika. She just nodded and gave them a smile. During break time, Issei was walking towards the student council office since Mayumi called him. When I arrived, she was alone. Issei, something's wrong, Mayumi, for you to call me. Mayumi, well, today is a very special day, so here you go. Giving him a box of chocolate. Issei accepted them with a smile and placed them on the table. And he took Mayumi by the waist, surprising her. Issei, I realized something when I saw you. Mayumi, and that would be it. Issei, your lips. At that, Issei gave her a kiss that she reciprocated. Issei, a unique chocolate flavor. Mayumi, I'm glad you liked it. Issei, sure. So tell me, do you have plans tonight? Mayumi, no, why? Issei, I'll take you to a place with Maya. Mayumi, this is my first time meeting her. Issei, they'll get along. Mayumi, that's right. And tell me where we're going so I can find clothes for the occasion. Issei, we'll go to a good restaurant, and then to a place that you both will like. Mayumi, I'm already excited, honestly. Issei, I'm glad to hear that. Well, I have to go. I have to go tell Maya, so I'll see you tonight. Giving her a kiss and leaving the place. Mayumi, I'll leave early today. Going to his desk and filling out some paperwork. Meanwhile, Issei walked down the hall and met Lena. She got a little nervous when she saw Issei. Issei, hello Lena, how are you? Lena, okay. Before you speak here. Giving him a box of chocolate, and Issei accepted it. Issei, I didn't expect it, honestly, but thanks anyway. Lena, no need. Issei, and tell me these are ready for our date. Lena, you like to tease me, don't you? Issei, you leave pretty when you get angry. Lena, you keep going with that. Issei, and how am I doing? Lena, I give you an 8. Issei, I'm coming. Starting to walk towards her. At that moment, Issei activated a barrier. Lena, seeing how he approached, was scared and blushed. After being face to face, Issei could see how blushed she was. Issei, since I have a good grade, I deserve a reward, don't you think? Lena, what do you want? Issei, you know, don't pretend. Lena, but we are nothing, so no. Issei, and if we are something from now on? Lena, I was expecting something more romantic, you know, not something like that. Issei, then you will give me your answer that day. Lena, sure. Issei, tell me how many chances I have of a positive answer. Lena, I'll leave the doubt to you. At that, she gives him a kiss on the cheek. Lena, take that as a half answer. Issei just gave her a smile and deactivated the barrier, and she quickly left the place. At that moment, Issei teleported from the place, appearing in Maya's workroom. She was surprised to see Issei. Maya, you scared me, you know. It doesn't appear like that. Issei, I wanted it to be a surprise and I see it worked. At that, Maya stood up and took something out of a drawer. And she approached Issei and gave it to him. Maya, happy Valentine's Day. Issei, thank you. Taking the box. And taking her by the waist and giving her a kiss that she reciprocated. Maya, you know, you're the first person I've given a gift to. Issei, I'm glad to hear that. We'll go out for dinner tonight and then head somewhere else with Mayumi. Maya, I don't like it when you tell me at the last minute. Because I don't have time to cancel. Issei, no one will tell you. They are afraid of you. Maya, they can, but you can't. And okay, as for the rest, I'll be ready. Issei, I'll spend the night well. Giving her a kiss and leaving the place. Maya was left alone in the place. At that point, she called her butler and told him to cancel everything and to prepare a car since she was going to buy a dress. 37. Already at night, Issei was on his way first to Mayumi's house. When he arrived, she was outside. Issei, you look very cute as always. Mayumi, thanks, and you don't look bad in a suit. Issei, we're leaving. Extending his hand to her. They are both teleported to Maya's house, standing at the entrance. Issei, you look great, Maya. Maya, I say the same about you. Hello, Sigusa. Mayumi, hello, and you can call me Mayumi. I hope we get along. Maya, it's okay, and I say the same thing. Issei, okay, let's go. They both just nodded and Issei teleported them to a very luxurious restaurant. Maya, I didn't expect this from you. Issei, you thought I would take them anywhere. Mayumi, it's very elegant, you'll be fine. Issei. Issei, you should know that I was a demon king and I have manners. Mayumi, I had forgotten. The three of them start walking and enter and sit down since both women were attracting a lot of attention. After placing their order, they talked a bit. Issei, Mayumi, your graduation is near. Mayumi, I know time has passed quickly, but it has been a great year since I met you. Issei, I'm glad to hear that. Mayumi, I also want to go to where you live. Issei, you won't miss your home like your family. Mayumi, we may seem like we get along, but it's the opposite, so no. Issei, I see in you, Maya. Maya, I won't deny that I'm curious about that world. But what will he do there? Issei, whatever you want, you can have a normal life without work, just enjoy life. Maya, sounds good, I haven't had that kind of freedom for years. Issei, then after graduation we will leave. So get things ready? Mayumi, I'm already getting excited. Issei, maybe someone else will come too. Mayumi, Lena is not like that. Issei, how quickly you discovered it. Mayumi, when she sees you she turns red, so it was to be seen. Maya, you don't waste time. Issei, she's fun and I like to tease her. Maya, you like to bother everyone. Issei, maybe a little. After dinner they went to a place to watch the sunrise. Days passed and Issei was in the park waiting for someone. Lena, sorry for the delay. Issei, it's okay. You look really cute like that too. Lena, thank you. She said it all red. Issei, we're leaving. Lena, where will we go? Issei, have some fun. Taking Lena's hand, and after there were no people, they both teleported to an amusement park. Lena was surprised when she saw that, since she had never been to a place like that. Issei realized this, so he guided her to many places where she had fun like a normal girl without any problems. Already in the afternoon they were both in a park. Issei, and you like it? Lena, the truth is yes, because I had never been there. Issei, I'm glad to hear that. Lena, so from now on we are. Having a completely red face. Issei, we are. He likes seeing her like that. Lena, we're a couple now. I liked you before, but I wanted to be sure of my feelings and today I confirmed them. Issei, I like your sincerity. Lena, and what will happen from now on? Issei approached her and gave her a kiss that surprised her at first, but she liked it later. Lena, that was my first kiss. Issei, I will take responsibility. Lena, I hope so. Issei approaches her again, and they put their foreheads together. And suddenly Lena could see many images. After that Issei explained everything to her, and also the other couples. Lena, I would be surprised, but it would be you. Issei, and tell me, will you come with me or will you stay? Lena, if I don't go with you then. Issei, I would come to visit you. Lena, I'll go with you. I'm tired of all the work. I hope I don't have to do much there. Issei, just be yourself. You can still study and have fun. You'll get along well with the others. Lena, and when we left. Issei, after Mayumi's graduation. So get everything ready. Lena, this won't be very easy. Issei, don't explain anything, besides no one will find you when we leave and I will also take care of you. Lena, if I hadn't seen all that, I wouldn't believe you, but I know you will. Issei, then just have fun now and when the time comes we'll leave. Lena just nodded. Days passed, and then months. I'll go straight to graduation since there are other dimensions to visit. Tatsuya, congratulations Mayumi-senpai. Mayumi, thank you very much. Tatsuya, same as you, Watanabe and Jumanji. They both just nodded. Issei, so many things have happened and here we are. Erika, well, a new year awaits us. Issei, the truth is this is my last year I will leave. The others were surprised except the two brothers, they already knew. Leo, where will you go? Issei, I'm going home, there are people waiting for me. Besides, I'd been here for a long time and I was able to help some brothers. They both just gave Issei a smile. Miyuki, I'm going to miss you Issei. It was a very fun year thanks to you. You also helped us a lot, we will never forget it. Issei, I hope you are happy. Watanabe, you talk as if you'll never see them again. Issei, that's because it is. Creating a magic circle and changing into his school uniform. Those present were surprised to see this. Watanabe, how did you do it? And what's more, it's that uniform. Issei, it's from my school. It was fun being here. At that moment Maya appeared and Lena too. Those present were surprised to see Maya. She approached the brothers and they gave her a hug. Over time they got along well. Lena, well that's it. Jumanji, what are you talking about? Mayumi, what's going on here? Mayumi, well, I'll be leaving with Issei. I'm going to miss you guys. Watanabe, where will you go? At that moment Issei snapped his fingers and a portal opened. Issei, we will go to my world. That shocked most people. Mayumi, I want to see new places and with Issei I know I can do it. Plus I'm his partner. Many people didn't know that and were surprised. Lena, well, I have to go with him too. Watanabe, why you? Lena, I'm also his partner. He said it with some embarrassment because it was hard for him to say it. The others still didn't believe it. Maya, he's also my boyfriend, so it's time for me to restart my life with him and the others. Jumanji, that's a lot of information. Mayumi, just give me a hug and I wish you all the best. Jumanji just gave him a smile and gave him a hug since they were friends. Watanabe also gave him a hug. Watanabe, take care of her. Issei, obviously. At that the two brothers approached Issei. Tatsuya, thank you for everything. You should know that you will always be my brother. Issei, you too, and you must make Miyuki happy since she changed her DNA. Miyuki just blushed upon hearing that and Tatsuya just nodded at her. Then he gave her a hug and then Miyuki with some tears. After that they started to enter the portal. Issei, I won't deny that it was a great place, I will never forget it. Mayumi, me too. But it's time for me to continue my adventure. Lena, and where are we going to appear? Issei, we'll go where most of them are gathered. That's how they know them. Mayumi, it makes me a little nervous. Issei, don't worry. You can also continue studying, but you'll find it easier then. Mayumi, we'll see. Maya, when will you give us what you promised us? Issei, or the pieces. At that Issei took out 3 pawns and entered them. Lena, I feel the change, maybe now I can fight you. Issei, maybe? Maya, and what will I do because I don't like doing nothing? Issei, I could tell someone that you come in as a teacher as you say. Maya, it will be interesting. At that moment he arrives at the place, taking the girls a bit by surprise. Issei just raised an eyebrow when he saw what was happening. 38. Before leaving the portal, Issei's girls were fighting with the hero faction in Kyoto. Akira, let her go or things won't go well for you. Chow chow, I know you are strong, so give me a good fight, Sekiryu. Going to the fight. Sasha, I didn't think we'd be fighting when we first arrived. Misha, me too. Defending himself from an attack by Hercules. Irina was fighting with Jean alongside Griselda. Jean, 2 against 1 is cheating. Griselda, stop playing around, brat. That just pissed her off and she went on the attack. Leifei along with Eleanor were fighting against George. George, since when did you leave your group? Leifei, I have my life too. Creating a fire spell. After a few minutes of fighting, everyone saw a portal open and everyone stopped to see what was happening. But the girls were surprised to see 1 person and were happy. But they were even more surprised to see 3 girls come out. At that, everyone let out a sigh. While the heroes didn't know what was happening, the men were surprised at how pretty the girls were. Issei, wow, we appeared on a battlefield. Lena, you don't think this is serious? Issei, I know they can do it. Akira, come on, you can do it. Akira, Issei, after this we have to talk. Being a little serious. Mayumi, Issei, what did you do? Issei, I think it's because I left without saying anything last time. Maya, you are insensitive. Issei, I like to explore new things, but I couldn't take them to her because I didn't know how dangerous it would be. Lena, and you'll leave us with notes too and you'll leave, right? Issei, I want to see if I can find a place where everyone can have fun so you can wait. Mayumi, it's okay. The 4 watched the fight. Issei created a couch to watch the fights. The heroes were upset to see that. More Heracles who went against Issei. As he was about to hit him, Issei stopped him with a finger. Issei, you should know that your fight is not against me. Sending Hercules flying. Some were surprised to see that. Akira, I have something to do, so let's finish this. Going to fight with greater speed that surprised Cao Cao, who was barely defending himself. After a few minutes of fighting, the heroes were wounded and tired. Cao Cao angrily called his group and they left the place. Without wasting time, Juliet went to Issei, giving him a hug that he reciprocated, and then the others arrived. Issei, how are you? Griselda, don't go on about that. You know how much time has passed. Issei, I don't know where I was, but I spent more than a year there. That surprised the girls. Leify, here less than a month. Issei, wow, it's very different, and tell me how it's going at the academy. Do you like it? Leify, it's fun. Issei, I'm glad you guys already. Sasha, not bad. Misha, it's fun. Eleanor, I'm not complaining, it's easy, really. Issei, well, let me introduce you. This is Mayumi. Mayumi, nice to meet you all, I hope we get along. Issei, this is Maya. Maya, Issei told me a lot about you. Issei, and this is Lena. Lena, although my name is Angelina, you can call me that, it's a pleasure. At that point the rest showed up too. Tiamat, and this time you won't leave, right? Issei, maybe I also want to find a place where everyone can have fun. Irina, and why don't you take us so we can defend ourselves? Issei, I know, but it's better for you to stay here. But before continuing, what were you doing fighting? Griselda, those guys kidnapped the yokai leader, and well, we managed to get there in time. Issei, I see. Eleanor, but they weren't that great, they depended a lot on those sacred gear. Issei, I realized, and well, we are going home, I want to see the others. Akira, go first, we have to talk to the yokai leader to make an alliance. Issei just nodded and left the place with the others. After a day and a party where the girls asked many questions to the three newcomers, a new day arrived. Maya, it's a bit of an outdated place. Issei, for many years, but the difference is that here the magic is already there. Lena, all this will be interesting. Issei, tomorrow they will be able to start their new school life. Mayumi, it's a surprise that it's a university too, but it's better this way. Issei, be careful with some arrogant nobles, I know they can defend themselves, but I don't want them touching my girls. Lena, if they were afraid of me before, they will be even more afraid now. Issei, I know. At that point the others began to arrive since it was still early. Gabriel, they woke up early. Issei, it's the custom. Seraphal, and what were they talking about? Issei, they're going to the academy too. Penemu, it would be great to have someone to help me. Maya, I must learn more about this world, but it won't be that difficult. Leify, it's not that difficult. Juliet, for you everything is easy. Leify, I'm just telling the truth. Issei, good, and what do you want to do today? Some looked at each other and nodded. Penemu, the beach. Issei, well, get ready and then we'll go to the others who are in Kyoto. The others nodded and got ready. After a few minutes they left the place. When they arrived in Kyoto the others were waiting since they had been informed before. After that Issei took them to a place where no one would bother them. Lena, it's a nice place. Tiamat, how warm. Aika, well, let's have fun. Some just nodded and went for a swim while others stayed to relax. Maya, I had forgotten this feeling. Issei, you were always busy, weren't you? Maya, if you're right. Seraphala, and when will you leave Issei? Issei, maybe in a week. I should have fun with you since I spend a lot of time. Penemu, you better be. It's boring when you're not around. Issei, but it wasn't long. Griselda, you are still needed. Issei, well then let's have fun too. Let's go swimming. The others nodded and got up from their places and went with the others. They had a good time the rest of the day. The next day there were 2 new students and 1 teacher. The students were excited when they saw Mayumi because she was very pretty. But when they found out that she had a partner, they all got sad, but it quickly went away when they saw Lena. But when they heard the same thing, some of them fainted. Both girls laughed at that. While with Maya, some were afraid of her even though she had a smile that caused them more terror. So the days passed peacefully without any problems. Issei occasionally went to the academy. Issei, well, it's time to see what awaits us. It was night and all the girls were asleep, only this time he said goodbye to them. At that, Issei opened a portal going to a new adventure. 39. Issei upon leaving noticed that he was in a forest. Issei, what interesting things await me today. Starting to walk as he did so, he felt many presences not far from him. Issei, what could be happening for there to be so many people gathered? With some curiosity he began to walk towards the place, and when he arrived he saw many people fighting. Issei was surprised when he saw that, but before he could start walking in another direction, someone was going to attack him from behind. But Issei easily deflected the attack and hit him in the back of the neck, causing the person to faint. Some seeing that went against Issei. Issei, this will be a big problem. Starting to deflect several attacks and leaving everyone unconscious very easily. He was about to leave but someone spoke to him. Who are you? Issei, nobody important, I was just walking through the forest until they attacked me out of nowhere. It's hard to believe but looking at your clothes you might be right. Issei, may I ask what's going on here? Why are you fighting? Don't you know it's a competition between Class S and Class F? Issei, I see and thank you for the information and for not attacking me like your companions. I was curious to know who you were, and you defeated them very quickly. Where are you from or what academy do you come from? Issei, I came from a faraway place and went out to explore and came across this. I understand. Issei, pardon my manners, my name is Haida Issei, a pleasure. Extending his hand. Nice to meet you, my name is Kazuko Kawaraki. Issei, well, I won't waste any more of your time. I wish you luck in your battle. Starting to walk. Kazuko, hey, how about you stay and watch the battle? Issei, they might end up attacking me too. Kazuko, no problem, and everything will be over soon. Follow me. Issei just nodded and they both started walking. Issei, you must be very skilled to use a spear. Kazuko, I do my best, I must be strong like my sister. Issei, I see, I wish you luck. Kazuko, thank you. After a few minutes of walking without problems they emerged from the forest and appeared in a river. Kazuko, she's my sister, isn't she cool? Issei, if you say so. Looking at the girl, he noticed that she was strong. They both saw how a silver-haired girl fell from the sky and both women began to fight. Issei, they're not bad. They're both strong. Kazuko, it's a great fight, isn't it? Issei, I can tell that you admire her a lot. Kazuko, of course she is the best. They continued watching until they finished fighting and someone said that Class F had won. Issei, how animated everyone looks. Kazuko, obviously if we beat the best class. Issei, I can feel your joy. Meanwhile the others were celebrating until someone noticed Issei and Kazuko talking quietly. He began to walk towards them until he was in front of both of them. Hey, who is he? I've never seen him before. Kazuko, he's just someone I met today by chance and well I invited him to see the fight. I see. Issei, well since everything is over I'm leaving. Wait, seeing you just gives me a bad feeling so you can't go. Kazuko, come on, don't cause trouble, sister. Your fight with me. Issei, you just fought. That was nothing. Fight me. Issei, I don't have to do it, besides I know you're strong. Kazuko, don't fight One-sama, you are very strong and I don't think Issei can. You even know his name. And you're going to fight. Issei, and what do I gain by doing this? The others just listened to their conversation and also wondered who that boy was. Interesting, you want to make a bet? Well, if you win I'll be your maid for a week. Those present had their eyes wide open upon hearing such a statement. Issei, sounds good, and if I lose, then you will be my servant. Issei, okay. But first, what's your name? I'm Momoyo Kawatari. Issei, well, as you know, I'll call you Issei. Then I accept your challenge. Kazuko, hey Issei, don't do it, she's very strong and no one has been able to beat her. Issei, I'll be fine. Starting to walk. The spectators only gave them their space so that both of them could have their fight. A silver movie called out the bravery that Issei had, so she watched their fight. Momoyo, fine, I'll give you the chance to attack first. Issei, you do it. Momoyo just nodded and moved at high speed, raising her fist as she wanted to finish quickly. Momoyo, Kawakami style, Dynasty Warriors punch. Wanting to punch Issei in the face, but when he was about to do so, Issei stopped his fist with his hand, surprising many as they knew it was a big hit. Issei, it wasn't bad at all. Taking her fist and punching her in the stomach, sending her flying into the forest. Most were shocked to see how he did it, and that he had such strength. Seconds later Momoyo came out with some injuries, but everyone could see a big smile on her face. Momoyo, that was amazing. At that he stands firm and uses his ki to recover. Momoyo, instant recovery. Closing several of his wounds. Issei, interesting. And you give up well. Momoyo, not at all, this is even better. Kawakami style, ultimate right crusher. Going to the attack using both of his arms to attack, but Issei without much difficulty deflected the attacks. Momoyo was a little surprised to see that he didn't touch her, but at the same time she was excited because she found a great rival. Issei was somewhat tired of continuing since he wanted to explore the place a little and catch up on how the human world he arrived at works. After that he gave him a blow that sent him flying away. Issei, let's finish this. Snapping his fingers, most didn't understand what he did until they saw Momoyo bleeding all over her body. And he fell to his knees. Then little by little he got up. Momoyo, instant recovery. Closing his wounds, but this time more slowly. Issei, you are impressive, really. Momoyo, you're strong, and I haven't even scratched you. Issei, I know you're strong, but you've gotten rusty over time. Momoyo, you're right, since I haven't fought with anyone interesting in a long time. Issei, and what about that girl from before? Momoyo, she's strong too, but she's more rusty than me. Issei, well, you give up now. Momoyo, not at all, this is just getting better. Going to attack, wanting to kick him, but Issei took it with his hand. Issei, it ends here. He threw her into the air, and as she fell he kicked her, sending her crashing into a tree and knocking her unconscious. Most were in shock as the defeat came without any difficulty. But they saw how Issei left the place without taking it seriously. Kazuko, what will you do now? Issei, I want to know more about the city, so see you, and sorry about your sister. Kazuko, it doesn't matter, besides when he wakes up he'll be happy to see that he's found a rival and maybe he'll start practicing. Issei, I see. Then goodbye. Leaving the place. He's someone interesting. I'll hear from you soon. Putting on a smile. After a few minutes most of them had left, leaving only the people closest to Momoyo. After about half an hour she woke up suddenly. Kazuko, you feel better? Momoyo, what happened? Kazuko, the fight ended not long ago and well, Issei defeated you. Momoyo, I understand, but I'm losing. It will be interesting. And how are you going to find him since he's gone? And also that now you are his servant, ha ha ha. Momoyo, that's true. But maybe I'll forget. Standing up and starting to walk. Meanwhile Issei walked through the city and noticed that it was a normal and not very quiet place. 40. Issei was exploring the city, and out of curiosity he went to the library to find out what the place he ended up in was like. After a few hours of reading it came out again. Issei, it's not a bad place based on how I investigated. It could be interesting. starting to walk towards the nearest hotel to rest. Meanwhile, Momoyo was in her room training since it was the first time she lost, and she didn't want to do it again. Kazuko, ne-sama, it's late, stop training. Momoyo, I shouldn't ask for a rematch. I won't let things stay like this. Kazuko, and how are you going to find it? We were looking for it all afternoon, and nothing. Momoyo, I'll continue tomorrow. Kazuko, tomorrow we have to go to school, remember? Momoyo, it doesn't matter. Kazuko just let out a sigh and returned to her room to rest. The next day, Issei was in a restaurant having breakfast. Issei, well, what will I do in this dimension? Maybe I should go to school here too. After breakfast, he went out for another walk and to see the place. While crossing a bridge in the distance, he noticed someone training, and he knew who it was. Since he had nothing to do, he went to her. Issei, good morning, Kazuko. Upon hearing that voice, she turned around. Kazuko, Issei, good day, and how are you? Issei, good, and how is your training going? Kazuko, good. We were looking for you yesterday because my sister wanted to fight you again where you were. Issei, I was in the library? And because she wants to fight me. Once wasn't enough for her. Kazuko, she's one of those who doesn't like to lose, so you'll have to bear it. Issei, I see. Kazuko, you helped me train. Issei, of course you want me to. Kazuko, you just sit on this tire and give me support. Issei just nodded and did as he was told. With that, they both left the place. Issei, you do this often. Kazuko, yeah? Because I want to be strong like my sister even though I'm far from being able to reach her. Issei, if you keep going like this, you'll succeed in the future. Kazuko, and how did you get so strong? Plus that last move was awesome. Issei, I train like you. Every day, so that's why I know you'll be strong. She just smiled upon hearing that and continued with more enthusiasm. After a few minutes of exercise, they noticed a large crowd and went to the place. When they arrived, they noticed Momoyo and an Egyptian-style shoulder. They both noticed how easily Momoyo defeated him. When she was about to leave, she saw Issei and quickly went to him. Momoyo, I'm ready for revenge, so. But Issei interrupted her. Issei, that's not going to be possible. Momoyo, because not. Issei, because like you said, you have to be my servant for a week, right? Momoyo had forgotten that. Momoyo, fine, what do you want me to do? Issei, it's easy, you don't have to ask me to fight with you this week. Momoyo, that's difficult. But I can endure this week. Issei, yes, since I will only be in this city for a week, then I will leave here. Momoyo, wait, how is that? You're leaving. Where to? Issei, I'm someone who likes to explore the world, so I don't have time. Momoyo, hey, that's cheating. I won't be able to defeat you like this. Issei, well, that's how it is, I'm sorry. Momoyo, that's not fair. Now how can I defeat you? Issei, you will be left with the doubt. The others just looked on in surprise at such a conversion. Issei, well, I have to go, have a nice day. Kazuko, and what will you do this week? Issei, just exploring. Kazuko, I can guide you, I know this city well. Issei, you have nothing to do, I don't want to take up your time. Kazuko, it's okay, I have no problem. Momoyo, I'll guide you too. It's boring to do nothing. Issei, fine. I'll be in your care. They both just nodded. Kazuko, let me introduce you to my friends first. Issei, good. After a few minutes of walking, they came to an old building and the three of them entered the place. And after walking for a few minutes, they came to a room where the others were. The group was surprised when they saw Issei. Kazuko, maybe some of you know him from yesterday, but let me introduce you, his name is Issei. Issei, nice to meet you. Hello, my name is Yamato Nail. Yamato, and the cookie. My name is Miyako Shina. And I am Yamato's girlfriend. She said it a little blushing. Yamato, that's a lie. My name is Christian Friedrich. Nice to meet you. I am Yaki Mayuzumi. I am Gakuto Shimazu. I'm Shuichi Kazama. I hope we get along. Issei, nice to meet you all. Christian, and something happened that brought him here. Kazuko, nothing, I just wanted Issei to meet my friends. I'll show him around the city later since he won't be here for long. Yamato, if you need anything, tell me and I'll get it. Issei, thank you and I will keep it in mind. Miyako, and what brings you to this city? Issei, I like to travel and came here out of curiosity. Miyako, I see, and you don't study since you must be the same age as us. Issei, take a break. It's very boring. Kazama, hey, how did you learn to fight like that? I saw you fight against Momoyo-senpai, and you beat her up. Issei, just train. Christian, that's not much information. Issei, I'm just telling the truth. As they were talking seconds later someone else entered the room. Momoyo, what brings you here, Uchiha? Ahega, nothing. Looking around until he saw Issei. Uchiha, hello, my name is Uchiha Kuki. Issei, nice to meet you. I'm Issei. You want something with me, don't you? When he said that, everyone was surprised. Uchiha, you are smart, and that's it. You are strong, and that's what I'm looking for. Kazuko, what do you mean? Uchiha, I'm looking for a strong man to be by my side in the future, and that's you, Issei. Pointing at him and having a smile. Uchiha, so you will marry me later. Everyone's eyes were wide when they heard that. And by instinct, everyone looked at Issei, and he was calm with his arms crossed. Issei, no thanks. He told them calmly. Everyone was surprised by such a surprise, even Uchiha. Uchiha, but I don't mean to brag, but I have what it takes. Issei, and you're not wrong, you're pretty and maybe every man would like to be with you like those three. The three men just looked away. Uchiha, and then Issei, for 2 reasons I can't do that. Uchiha, and those would be. Issei, one is that in a week I'll be leaving here and well maybe we'll never see each other again. Uchiha, and the other serious one. Issei, I have 15 partners. Everyone was shocked upon hearing that, as that would have been impossible. Kazuko, it's a joke right because it's not in good taste. Issei, I don't like to joke. Healing a photo and giving it to her. Kazuko was surprised at how cute they were when she saw them. And then I'd pass them on to the rest until I reach Uchiha. Issei, those are the reasons I will soon have to return with them. This time it will not take me as long as the last time it took me a year. Momoyo, how is this possible? This isn't illegal. Issei, where I'm from, no. Christian, and they are in favor of this. Issei, sure. They wanted to come with me but some of them were busy and in the end I came alone. There was silence for a moment, as it was a lot to process. Issei, well I have to go, have a nice day. Before anyone could say anything Issei snapped his fingers and left the place. 41. Everyone was surprised to see the way he left the place. Uchiha, I didn't expect such a revelation and how the hell did he do that? Momoyo, he keeps some secrets. But he won't say much. Kazuko, but the truth is it's a big surprise to know that he has so many partners. Yamato, where in the world would that be legal? Christian, Yamato, you could investigate who he is, isn't that right? Yamato, I could do it but it will take some time. Uchiha, well, see you later, I also have to investigate what kind of person he is. Momoyo, you're not going to give up, right? Uchiha, when I set a goal I won't let it go so easily. Leaving the place. The next day the group headed to the academy. Miyako, that boy hides very well, we couldn't find him yesterday. Kazuko, you can always find him at the most inopportune moment. Cookie, he's weird. Christian, she's someone who doesn't care about anything around her. Kazuko, if he cares about one thing, it's being with his partners. Mayuzumi, it's weird that you say that. Yamato, let's drop that topic now. The girls just nodded and continued on their way. As they walked, they saw Issei lying on the grass. Kazuko, I told them at the worst possible time. The group didn't know what to say and went to Issei. Kazuko, hello Issei. Issei, hello everyone, how are you? Shoichi, everything's fine, and what did you do yesterday when you left? Issei, just exploring because. Yamato, we've been looking for you and well, you're hard to track down. Issei, I see. Well, why were you looking for me? Yamato, I'll get to the point, you are someone very mysterious who you really are. He said it a little seriously. Issei just let out a sigh and stood up from the spot. Issei, okay. Christian, it's that easy. Issei, I have nothing to hide. Kazuko, and what will you tell us? Issei, wait, 2 people are missing. 5 minutes passed and Momoyo and Uchiha arrived at the place. At that moment Issei created a barrier. Gakuto, how did you know they would come? Issei, because of their auras. Miyako, what do you mean? Issei, this is going to be a long talk. Creating some sofas in the place for everyone to sit. When they saw that, they were surprised, but they sat down. Issei, well, I'll just say that I am, or rather I was, a demon king. Issei could notice their incredulous faces as they couldn't believe it. Momoyo, you're playing with us, aren't you? Issei, what's the point of lying? Kazuko, but it's hard to believe that. Plus you claim to be a demon. Issei just took out a pair of wings to demonstrate. The group, seeing that, opened their mouths as wide as they could. Yamato, but how is it possible that demons exist? Issei, well, in this world they don't exist. Yamato, what do you mean? Issei, I'm from another dimension, I came here to explore, that's why Kazuko found me in the forest that day because I had just arrived. Uchiha, wait, you mean there are more dimensions? Issei, of course there are many. I've been to several and met many people and some of my partners. Yamato, that's why you said it was legal where you're from. Issei, exactly. Momoyo, and what brings you here? I don't think it's just to explore. Issei, even if you don't believe it, that's the truth. I've been to many interesting places in the other dimensions. Uchiha, and what will you do in this place? Issei, just watching, the fighting style you guys have is also interesting. Miyako, but we're not as strong as you. Even if we all fight together, I don't think we beat you. Issei, who knows? Kazuko, you're a very carefree person, you know. Issei, what can I say, this is a nice place, there is no danger. Yamato, there are many crimes in this place. I don't see the beauty of it. Several people have left here. Issei, try comparing this place to a battlefield and you'll see the difference. Creating a hologram and showing them the war he had as the former demon king. The group, seeing such wars, became frightened because they were very bloody. Issei, now you see the difference. Yamato, yes, and I'm sorry for what I said. Issei, it's not okay, besides this is your world, not mine. Christian, it must be exciting to see new places. Issei, why should I lie to you if it's true? Christian, you can travel back in time to the samurai era. Kazuko, she gets excited about that kind of thing. Issei, I see your question, I think I could but I've never tried because I have nothing to do there. Christian, it's still great to be able to do it. Uchiha, of all the dimensions you've been to, which one is the most exciting? Issei, I don't know what to tell you. But maybe it was where I met 2 brothers who were good people. I also met Mayumi, Maya and Lena. Kazuko, 3 of your partners. Issei, that's right. Kazuko, it's not difficult for you to have so many partners. Issei, I don't get along with everyone at all and they get along too. Momoyo, and they are also like you. Issei, some others are angels, fallen angels, dragons, humans. Kazuko, wow, that's great. I'd like to meet them. Issei, maybe another time. Kazuko, so you just came here to have fun, right? Issei, you could say so. Kazuko, then we will guide you to various places. Uchiha, I have nothing else to do. So don't worry. Momoyo, I have nothing to do there, so it will be fun. The others also nodded, as most of them wanted to have fun too. Issei, if that's like that, then fine. Your Uchiha can think of a good place for us to have fun. Uchiha, okay. At that, Issei approached her and touched his forehead with hers, seeing her memories. When he finished, he snapped his fingers, teleporting everyone. When they arrived at their destination, they were surprised because they arrived at a private island with many places to see. Issei, not bad. Miyako, this will be great. Uchiha, I didn't expect this. But it's worthy of my husband. Issei, you keep doing that. You must know that I will leave later. Uchiha, I have time, so don't worry. Winking at her, Issei just gave her a smile. He liked the girl. Uchiha, well, since we are here, I will guide you to your rooms. The others nodded and followed her to a large house. After everyone got changed, they left the house. Yamato, and what will we do? Shoichi, what are we not going to do? You see, there are many attractions besides swimming pools, and not far away is the beach, and there is also a games room. This is paradise. He said it with great emotion. Issei, you get excited about this kind of things. Shoichi, and not you. Issei, a little, but it's not that bad. Gakuto, it must be hard to get you excited. Issei, being with my girls excites me. Yamato, hey, you have a life that most people want. Issei, you know, I don't know if you're stupid or if you're just pretending. There's a girl who loves you. Yamato, yes, but I don't think he really loves me, and well, I confessed to Momoyo, and well. Shoichi, I've already rejected it twice. Issei, oh, I'm sorry about that, and tell me you still love her. Yamato, maybe. I honestly don't know. Issei, find out here, and well, you will know the answer. Yamato just nodded. After that talk, the group of boys went with the others. When the boys saw the women, they were surprised by their swimsuits. Exactly one person, since he was used to seeing his girls in swimsuits. After meeting up, everyone went out to have fun. 42. A few days had passed, and the group guided Issei to various places so he could learn more. On those trips, Issei told them more about his adventures, and they were increasingly surprised by what he told them. It was nighttime, and the group was fighting against a group of girls and 2 men. They were in that situation because they followed one of their members. After a fight, a woman arrived and attacked them all. Momoyo, this will be more fun if I fight you. I would say the same, but you are no match for me. Kazuko, who is she? Christian, this is Tachibana Taki. At that point, both women begin to fight until Taki hits her so hard that she falls to the ground. Kazuko, Wani-sama. Momoyo slowly stood up from the spot and used instant recovery. Taki, that will be better. Momoyo just gave her a smile, and they both started punching each other at high speed. After a while, the other girls joined the fight with instructions from Yamato. At first it worked, but then Taki managed to defend himself and attack each one. Taki, that's the best they have, how pathetic. An annoyed Momoyo attacked, deflecting several shots and using instant recovery each time. After a while, I was panting from exhaustion. Taki, you've become weak. You'd better die. I was about to throw a missile at him, but someone else spoke. Issei, wow, things have gone badly for you guys. She said this while standing behind Taki. When she heard a voice near her, she quickly turned around but saw no one, and when she saw Momoyo, there she saw Issei. Issei, what happened to them? Momoyo, we just underestimated her a lot. Issei, I can realize such a mistake. Taki, who are you? Issei, nobody important. Taki asked her friend to look into it. Issei, your friend won't be able to find out anything about me if that's what you think. Taki was surprised to hear such a statement. Issei, you know better, get out of here. Or you won't come out well if you stay. Taki didn't pay attention to it and fired a missile at her. Momoyo was going to do something, but Issei grabbed her by the shoulder. When the attack was about to hit them, Issei activated his Eye of Destruction, making the missile disappear. Both women were shocked by what happened. Issei started walking towards Taki, and she just started shooting at him, but Issei without any difficulty made everything disappear. Taki, who are you? Issei, I already told you nothing important. Being face to face, she was scared when she saw Issei's eyes. But Issei took her by the shoulders so she couldn't escape. Issei, you've been through a lot. Because of what they did to you. Taki, what do you know about me? Issei, same as you. You went to war and were left alone and lost your comrades. Taki, how do you know that? Issei, I know a lot of things, Taki. But I don't feel like talking, so you better go with your friend. Taki, you could kill me so easily because you don't. Issei, this is a fight that is not mine. They will finish it, I will just watch. Taki didn't know what to say and just left the place. After that, Issei approached Momoyo, who was recovering. Issei, you feel better now? Momoyo, yes. But the others are injured. Issei, don't worry about it. Creating a magic circle for each one and recovering them all. Issei, they will wake up in a few minutes. Momoyo, I'm weak, I still couldn't defeat her. He said this angrily, hitting the concrete. Issei, you are not weak, it's just that she has a little more experience than you, and she is half machine and can predict some of your attacks. Momoyo, still. It wasn't a big deal to you. Because you didn't kill her. Issei, you wanted a challenge and she is one. That's why my departure is approaching as well. Momoyo, you're not going to help us so soon. Issei, I know you can do it. You're strong. Besides, you should accept Yamato's feelings or he'll find someone else someday. And you should know that they love him too. Momoyo was surprised to know all that. Momoyo, how do you know that? Issei, I may seem serious and all, but I know when someone is in love. And you like him too. But if you let him go in the future, you might regret it. Think about it and talk to him about it. And this goes for you girls too who heard everything. Turning around and leaving the place. Momoyo turned around and saw girls standing there blushing a little. Issei walked a bit and then jumped, finding himself in a building where a person was waiting for him. Issei, I can tell that you heard everything. Uchiha, as insightful as ever, and I heard everything. Issei, and well, you want something from me. Uchiha, you know what I wish. Issei, you're a bit insistent, but I like that about you. Uchiha, I never let go of what I like. Issei, you should know that I'll be leaving soon. Uchiha, I know. That's why I left everything ready for my brother. I'm more interested in getting to know a new place and starting over from scratch. Issei, if it's you, you'll quickly achieve everything there. Uchiha, I know. Approaching Issei and interlacing his hands around Issei's neck and giving him a big kiss. Issei without resisting the grab of the waist. Issei, well, now you're mine. Forever, so you won't escape from me so easily. Uchiha, we'll see about that, but don't worry, I won't go that easily. Issei, fine, we'll leave at the end of the battle. Uchiha, how do you know that? Issei, and I investigated, and it will be soon, so prepare yourself and help your friends a little. Uchiha, it will be a good fight. At that, Issei takes out a pawn and enters Uchiha, surprising her. Issei, that will make you stronger, and that also means that you will be with me forever. Uchiha, I like the last one. After that talk, they left the place. About 2 days later, many people attacked where important people were. Several went to stop them, including Yamato's group. Momoyo quickly went to where Taki was to fight her. Minutes later, Uchiha arrived to help her. Issei, for his part, just watched the whole fight, but if someone got close to him, they died. Issei, you guys aren't doing bad. While the others fought, some without much difficulty. Taki, where is that boy? We have some score to settle. Uchiha, sorry, he's not available right now. Hitting her in the face sent her flying away from the place. Momoyo, you've become strong. Ajiha, train a little. Yamato, hey Issei, you look very calm there. Issei, nobody comes to me. So I have no problem. Yamato, it must be because they're afraid of you perhaps. Issei just let out a small laugh at what she left. Hours passed and everything was about to end. Both girls were tired but Taki was on her last legs. Momoyo, without wasting any time, quickly went to her and dealt her the final blow. Several managed to escape before being arrested. And the group reunited. Issei, they look bad. Miyako, you don't have a scratch. Issei, I was lucky you could say. Ajiha, how was it? Ajiha, it was a good fight. For the last one. Momoyo, what do you mean by that? Ajiha, I'll go with Issei. They were all surprised to hear that. Momoyo, I know what you are like, the only thing I can tell you is good luck. Ajiha, thanks, this was all fun, really. They both hugged each other since they knew each other for a long time. Issei said goodbye to his friends as well, and after the goodbyes Issei snapped his fingers and a portal opened. Surprising everyone, they both enter. While they were traveling Issei noticed something. Issei, wait here, don't move, okay? Ajiha just nodded and Issei entered another portal and after 5 seconds he returned. Ajiha, something happened there. Issei, some interesting things. But they don't matter. After about 2 minutes of forest travel they were on to the big hunt. 43. Upon doing so, they both noticed that all the girls were there. The girls, without thinking, quickly stood up and threw themselves at Issei, giving him a hug. After a few minutes of reunion, everyone sat down and introduced themselves. Maya, you don't waste time, do you? Issei, I don't know what you mean. Lena, don't pretend. Issei, leaving that topic as it has gone for you. Mayumi, it's all interesting, although the truth is that everything is very easy. Lena, I agree with her. Issei, and how could they not be if where they come from everything is more advanced? But they could help Ajiha, she loves to invent new things. Mayumi, it could be fun. Lena, I have nothing to lose by trying. Issei, I'm glad to hear that, and how are you doing, Maya? Penemu, ha 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 ha, you see, everyone is afraid of him, even the teachers. Maya, hey, don't exaggerate. Sasha, although it's the truth. Issei, it's as it should be. It wasn't for nothing that she was feared. Maya, don't say that. Issei, I'm just kidding. Irina, and when will you leave again? Issei closed his eyes and thought as he stroked Seraphal's hair as she lay on his lap. Issei, in 2 days. Someone was going to say something but Issei got there first. Issei, but this time I want everyone to come. Since you've wanted that. The girls couldn't help but smile big when they heard this. Leify, this will be great. Juliet, finally we will be able to visit other places. Issei, get things ready and ask for permission if you want. It'll be a bit of a long trip. Without wasting any time, some of the girls left the place to inform them that they would be gone for a while. Ajiha, that was fast. Akira, and where will we go first? Issei, I have no idea. I always go somewhere. Tiamat, well, this will be more exciting. Misha, yes, I hope it's a nice place. Eleanor, I'll be ready for anything. Issei, if something bad happens, I'll take care of it. Griselda, if you say so, it may be true. Issei, don't you trust me? Griselda, of course. Giving Issei a hug. Griselda, I have trusted you for a long time. Ajiha, for now, I'll put aside my plans to have fun in those places. Issei, I'm glad to hear that from you. You must be having fun too. Akira, I can't wait for that day to come. Issei, and you Leify are not going to say goodbye to your friends and your brother. Leify, if I do, he might just get upset. So I'd rather not. Issei, I see. After a long chat, the others returned, ready to travel. The 2 days passed without any problems, during which time the group went out to explore more places without many problems. No boy could approach the girls since they could feel Issei's great aura, and that scared them. Issei, as I see, everyone is ready for the trip. Gabriel, and how could we not be? We will be able to visit new places. Mayumi, this will be exciting. Issei just put a smile on his face and opened a portal where everyone entered. Issei, well, let's see where it takes us this time. Lena, hey Issei, tell me, could you go back to the places you've already been? Issei, sure, but I'll come back in time. Do you want to go back now? Lena, I wasn't just curious about that. Issei, I see. If you want that, tell him. Just like the others. They all nodded. After a few minutes the portal opened. And as it did, the large group appeared in front of 2 people, who looked at them in shock. Seraphal, wow, I didn't expect this. Issei, why would I lie to you if it's true? But it's interesting. Akira, and a lot. You guys want to get out. Leify, he has the same character as the other one. Juliet, some things don't change. Leify, hi, it's been a good time, I think. Someone else spoke up about that. What's going on here? This is all weird. Issei, it's a bit of a long story, and well, what's going on here? You could call me Security. He is a traitor and wants to kill everyone. Issei, I see. You 2 dragons always fight no matter where you go. Akira, they sure do like trouble. Don't you, Drake? Drake, maybe it's like that everywhere. At that moment Biko arrived and was surprised to see the group of girls and even more so to see Leify there. But without wasting time he took Valley, although a little reluctantly since he did not want to. After that, only they and the others remained. Well, they will tell us what is happening here. Issei, don't put on that serious face, it doesn't suit you. What are you talking about? Issei, well, you are happier, aren't you, Seraphal? Seraphal, well, it's weird saying this to myself, but it's true. Sarah, well, you're right. Surzek, and they will tell us what happens. Issei, let's take a seat first. Snapping his fingers, several couches appeared for everyone. Issei, well, to your question, what are we doing here? It's easy, we just traveled and by chance we ended up here. Azazel, that's interesting what you say, boy. But what are you doing with them, Penemu? Penemu, I only went on a trip with my partner. Azazel was surprised to hear that. Sarah, wait, mate. That means. Gabriel, that's right, we're all his couple. No one could believe such a statement except for one person who fell to his knees and began to scream. Issei, what's wrong? Griselda, he was always in love with Lady Gabriel. Issei, I understand. From the looks of it, you're Hayadu Issei. Hayadu, that's because you say so. Issei, you're welcome. Hayadu, and who are you? Issei, my name is Hayadu Issei, nice to meet you too. Many were surprised by such a statement. Shidu, but they don't look alike at all. Issei, there are different things. It's good to see you too, Irina. Irina, wow, it's weird to see me too. Michael, you are an angel. Irina, I'm part of their game. Michael, I understand. Hayadu, and they are. Issei, well, those 2 are my older sisters. Akira, hello. Juliet approached Issei and gave him a hug. Juliet, you're cute. Hayadu was enthralled as he could feel her breasts. After a few minutes they separated from the hug. Surzek, wait, they are your brothers and also your partner. Akira, well, we don't share anything anymore. We're half demon and half dragon now. Rias, you belong to a clan? Akira, yes, I'm in yours. Juliet, and I in Sona's. Sona, what skills do they have? Akira, I have the celestial dragon Drake. Juliet, and I to the dragon queen Tiamat. Everyone was surprised by such a statement. Hayadu, but they look like your sisters. Issei, well, I was a little surprised at the beginning too. Misha, I'm Mika Necron, nice to meet you. Sasha, I am Sasha Necron. Rias, wow, it's hard to process everything. At that, Issei's glove is summoned. Red, how strong your carrier is. That's when the other glove appears. Drake, you can now use the Jungernat Drivet without any problems. Everyone was shocked to hear that. Dryag also. At that, the gauntlet glowed a little and everyone could see a small dragon. Everyone was surprised, especially the other Drake. Red, how is that possible? Drake, someone helped me. At that moment, Tiamat also came out, but in her human form. And many were surprised to see her. Agaha, it's fun to see their faces of astonishment. Lena, I don't deny it. Sona, wait, if you have Drake, what power do you have? Pointing at Issei, and everyone saw it. Issei, I'm a magician. Leifi, the best of all. Azazel, don't think you're exaggerating. Penemu, well, she's right. No one has ever beaten Issei in a fight. No matter what style it is, magic, hand-to-hand combat, or swords, no one can beat him. Rias, how do you know so much? Issei, the experience. Also, what's going on here? Surzek, we were about to sign an alliance between the factions. Gabriel, wow, that's different. Michael, what do you mean? Gabriel, in our dimension, it was signed a long time ago. And well, humans also know about the supernatural. Everyone was surprised to learn that, and Gabriel told them how it happened. Sarah, now that's a surprise. Surzek, wait, you're not the security that Rias is with. Rias, hearing that, was also curious. Akira, with Razor. But he's not as bad as you think. At the beginning he was, and we beat him in raiding game, and well, over time they met and started dating. Akeno, that's new. Azazel, how did they get here, or are they looking for something? Maya, Issei brought us here. And well, we are here by chance, we had not planned to come here. Azazel, you? Mayumi, Issei can travel through dimensions. Hayadu, hey, you have cute partners. You're lucky. Issei, yes I am. They are great women. The girls just smiled upon hearing that. Sona, and what will you do now? Issei, we'll be leaving. There's nothing to do here. Surzek, because they don't stay for a while. Issei looked at the girls and they just nodded. Issei, okay. Ajiha, it will be great to know more about this. Griselda, although there are many changes. Issei, well, see you another time, it's late. Hayadu, why don't you stay at my house? It's very big and there are rooms available. Issei, okay, thanks. After that talk, everyone went their separate ways since they had received many surprises for just one night. 44. Upon arriving at the big house, everyone went to the living room to continue the conversation. Hayadu, you have a cool ability that allows you to travel to so many places. Issei, it's interesting and I've seen several places and met the girls. Seraphal, now that I remember why they were fighting. Hayadu, Vala is with someone called Ophis and is in that organization called Cow's Brigade. Penemu, wow, so they're already acting here too. Sona, as things are in their dimension. Gabriel, there aren't many problems right now, but we're always alert, there are always attacks. Aika, like when the hero faction attacked the yokai leader. Juliet, oh, when Loki attacked too. Akeno, it sounds like it was very dangerous. Juliet, a little, but we managed to get through it. Hayadu, and you have fought in those battles. Sasha, not at all, now that I remember, I haven't seen you fight. Some nodded too. Mayumi, I have done it a few times, but it was very fast. Issei, I hate unnecessary fights. Hayadu, great, you must be very strong. Issei, if you train, you'll go far. I see you haven't been in the supernatural for long. Hayadu, if a fallen angel killed me and Bucho saved me. Issei, you're out of luck. Hayadu, and you have good luck. Hey, could you train me? I want to be strong to protect my loved ones. Issei, it wouldn't be as easy as you think. Hayadu, I'll try hard. Issei got up from his seat and approached Hayadu and put his hand on his forehead, and after that he went to sit again. Sona, what did you do to him? Issei, some gravity seals to make your body more resistant. If you can get up from your seat, I'll help you. Hayadu tried to get up but couldn't. Hayadu, this won't be easy, but I'll do it. Seraphal, well, we decided to stay to help you and others. Rias, thank you. Gabriel, they must prepare for what is coming. Issei, we will be in this dimension for a week, then we will leave here. Ajiha, because so little time. Issei, we don't have to interfere so much. Maya, and since some of us will be helping, we won't be able to do much. Issei, give them manners classes, as I see some of them don't know that much. Saji, don't say that. Issei, I'm just telling things as they are. Well, I'll go rest. I wish you luck. Getting up from his seat and leaving the place. Akeno, it's something serious. Lena, that's how it is from time to time, but he's very kind. Rias, now that I remember, you know Val-alike. Leify, I'm in his group, or rather I was before joining Issei's entourage. Sona, wait, entourage. Maybe him. Seraphal, that's right. He did it not long ago, and without much difficulty. We've never seen him fight seriously. Showing them a hologram of how he defeated all his rivals in the competition. The young people were in shock at the way he won. Kiba, without any difficulty. Griselda, we told you. Misha, we'll go rest too, it's late now and training starts tomorrow. Getting up from his seat and leaving the place like the others. The next day most of them were in the living room having breakfast. Issei, I see you made it. Hayadu, although it is still difficult for me, I will achieve it. Sona, and how are they going to train us? Penemu, maybe it's because Issei is training him. Or that his magic will improve and he will have a level like your alter egos. Akeno, they are strong. Griselda, they have a good level. Irina, it's rare to see you as Demon Zenobia. Zenobia, am I not in your dimension? Irina, not at all. You're an angel too, and we have some missions together. Zenobia, I lost my way with the death of God. Irina, I see it affected you more than I thought. Issei, fine, I'll go explore this place a bit. While you guys go study in the afternoon, we'll train you. Hayadu, where will they go? Issei, over there. Lena, see you. At that the whole group left the place. Days passed and the group released the young people without mercy. Other people also joined in that training, and both Gabriel and Penemu met their other alter egos. It was night and the group was in the living room. Issei, those were great days, you made a great breakthrough. Hayadu, thanks to your training I can now use the armor, and also thank you for letting Drag out. Issei, there's no problem with that. I hope you continue training like this. Hayadu, don't worry, I'll continue like this. Issei, and one more thing. Hide that thing about being a pervert a little and act like that only when you're with your partners. Hayadu, I'll try. Scratching the back of his head. Issei, well then this is goodbye. Rias, why so soon? Issei, we have more places to see. Besides, the week has already passed. Penemu, if you keep training like this you will go far. Seraphal, good luck to everyone. Irina, don't be overconfident when it comes to fights, as there are many coming up. Issei snapped his fingers and the portal opened where the girls began to enter, and finally Issei. Lena, and where will we go now? Issei, to a place I've been curious about for some time now. Ajiha, what a place. Issei, remember when we were returning home? Ajiha, yes. Issei, well, I went to another dimension and everything I saw was interesting. Maya, how long were you there? Issei, like 2 months. Ajiha, that's quite a lot since it didn't even take you 10 seconds. Mayumi, and what did you do during that time? Issei, I explored a bit and met some people. Maya, what kind of people? Issei, humans but with the ability to use chakra. Irina, that's great, and they were strong. Issei, some. Sasha, you fought with some. Issei, not at all, besides I wanted to explore the place. Not fight. Misha, then we'll go there. So what? Issei, time flows faster there, maybe a few years have passed. And well, you know that I like to see new things. Eleanor, yes, we can tell. You don't like to stay still anywhere. Issei, you know how I am. Leify, how long is it going to take? The truth is that it is taking longer this time. Issei, the place is a bit remote, so be patient and tell me how it went with the book I gave you. Leify, I learned a lot from him. I appreciate that. Issei, no problem. My partners must be very strong so they can defend themselves even though they are already very strong. Penemu, I don't think we'll ever reach your level. Issei, time will tell. They talked for a few more minutes until they reached their destination, and when they left the portal they were surprised by what was happening. 45. The girls were shocked to see such a monster in front of them. Sasha, what is that thing? Or rather, what is going on here? Issei, I think we came at a bad time. We're in the middle of a war. Serafal, Issei, what are we going to do? Issei crossed his arms and began to think. Issei, we'll help if that's okay with you. They all nodded and Issei started walking and the girls followed him. While they were doing this, the ninjas looked at them strangely because they were wearing clothes never seen before and they were calm. After a few minutes of walking they arrived where the leaders were. Issei began to walk until he was in front of a woman. Issei, excuse me. At that she turns around like other people. When she saw Issei she just raised an eyebrow since she saw him calm and without any injuries. What are you doing here? Go back. Don't you see that thing is dangerous? Aiming at the bijou. Issei, I can tell. Without asking permission, Issei approached her and touched her forehead and could see the whole situation. Issei, now you understand what's going on. What did you do? Or rather, who are you? Issei, I don't think it's a good situation to stop that. I know, but who are you, what village do you belong to, and what's up with those clothes? Issei, not to any village, and the second question, I'm not from around here. And who are you? I am Tsunade Senju. Issei, okay. Well, leaving the introductions aside, let's help you a little. Turning around and walking to the girls. Tsunade was about to speak but felt the bijou start attacking everywhere. Issei, well, now I know what's going on. Serafal, what is it? Issei, it is the fourth ninja war that was caused by someone named Madara. Maya, and what will we do? Issei, well, you guys finish those things and I'll go destroy that monster. Before I go, be careful, okay? They all nodded and left the place to help the people. Issei began to walk towards the front where his rival was. After a few steps he saw some ninjas fall due to the attacks. Issei made a great leap in front of Madara, and when he saw him, the surprise was evident in his eyes. Issei, for his part, only gave him a great blow that sent him flying far away from the place. His partner was equally surprised by Issei's speed. Issei, well, let's see what you're capable of. Going to where Madara fell. When he arrived he saw how Madara was getting up from the rubble. Madara, you were lucky. Issei, you could say very well what the reason is why you do this nonsense. Madara, because I would have to tell you that, third-rate ninja. Issei, well then let's finish this quickly, I have something important to do. Madara, hearing that, just laughed as he saw Issei very weak. Issei just let out a sigh as he had no desire to fight. In that, Issei creates a small flame and throws it at Madara. Seeing such an attack, he laughed even more, but when it hit him, it caused a huge explosion. After a few seconds the smoke dispersed and Madara was seen with several wounds, but he began to recover. Madara, you damn thing, consider yourself dead. activating his Manjikyu Sharingan and his Susanoo to kill him faster. Issei just looked at him with his calm face. Madara got upset when he saw that face and used one of his swords to attack Issei, but when he was about to hit him, Issei stopped it with his hands. And then he destroyed it and started walking, and when he was in front of the Susanoo, he hit it, destroying it completely. Without letting him speak, Issei kicked him in the stomach, sending Madara flying. Issei, I hate fighting, but I see that you love to brag about being the strongest. Madara, it's because I am. Issei, having those eyes doesn't make you that big of a deal. You're weak. Madara was upset to hear that, and with his Rinnegan he began to attack Issei, but Issei without much difficulty evaded the attacks. After that, Issei approached and hit him in the face, and then in the stomach, that sent him flying into the sky. Then he sent several fireballs towards Madara that hit him squarely. As he fell, Madara could be seen very hurt, and he looked up and saw Issei with his calm face, provoking Madara's anger even more. Madara, I'll kill you. Getting up from the spot and leaving the place. Issei could stop him, but he let him go since it is not partly his duty to kill him. So he started walking to where the others were. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Seraphol and Eleanor eliminated their enemies without much difficulty. Seraphol, they are not very strong, but they are annoying due to their number. Eleanor, you're right, but we can't do anything. Killing one that was approaching Seraphol from behind. Then a person approaches them. You are very strong, plus your Kekkei Genkai. Seraphol, yes, a little. But I noticed that you are also strong. I have trained a lot, Databeo. Both girls just raised an eyebrow at the last thing, and that person noticed. Sorry, I'm used to saying that, it's from my mother's side. Eleanor, okay. My name is Eleanor. Seraphol, I'm Seraphol, nice to meet you. I'm Naruko Uzumaki, nice to meet you. Seraphol, not long ago I saw someone else dressed like you. Naruko, that's my brother Naruto. He's been fighting for a long time, just like our friends. Eleanor, I see. It's been quite a battle, these things. Or they have an end. At that moment Issei arrived. And Naruko blushed a little when she saw him because of how cute he was, but thanks to her bijou form it wasn't noticeable. Seraphol and Eleanor gave him a hug when they saw him. Eleanor, Naruko-san, let me introduce you to Issei. Issei, nice to meet you, Naruko-san. Naruko, I say the same thing, but you can call me Naruko with more confidence. The three of them just nodded at his request. Seraphol, and how did it go with him? Issei, he was very talkative, but in the end he ran away. And you know how the others are doing. Seraphol, I've been in touch and they're doing well. The only downside is the quantity. Issei, yes, I can tell. Naruko, I can tell that you're tired. If you want, you can rest a little and we'll protect you. Naruko, I'm fine, I can still continue. Issei, just do it, I can tell when someone is weak. Naruko just nodded and returned to normal. Issei, I can ask you a question. Naruko, sure, tell me. Issei, how has it been for Mito Uzumaki? Naruko, she died years ago. You didn't know. Issei was a little surprised to hear that, since he thought that not so many years had passed. Issei, and his clan. Naruko, they were killed years ago, so there are only a few Uzumakis left now. My mother, my brother, and I are among the only ones. Issei, I see, thanks for the information. Naruko, almost everyone knows about that tragedy. Issei, I'm a bit out of date. Issei snapped his fingers and created a barrier for his group so they could rest a little, and the four of them continued talking. 46. The four of them were talking quietly, and little by little the others began to arrive until everyone was gathered again. Issei, they're all fine. They all nodded. Sasha, the only problem is the amount of his strength is not that great, as well as his skills. Issei, I can tell. Naruko, I have a question. Issei, tell me. Naruko, because no one has attacked us. Issei, we are in a barrier and no one can attack us, it is very resistant. Naruko, it's the first time I see one so resistant since the ones I create are not that strong. Penemu, I see. And tell me, Issei, what we will do now. Issei, we have to put an end to this war. Gabriel, you don't like them, do you? Issei, if the truth is I have never liked them, I prefer to explore than to fight. Aika, then all that's left is to win this fight and then do what you want. Issei, I know. Hey Naruko, your family is fighting here too. Naruko, yes. My two parents protect most of them who are tired and my brother and I are at the front. Issei, I see. Then it's time to end this nonsense. Naruko, what will you do? Issei, fight seriously. Girls, you two continue with your thing. I fought that guy again. And this time he won't escape. Mayumi, Issei, be careful. Issei, I say the same to you. Giving a hug to everyone. Issei, stay here a little longer to regain your strength. See you later. Coming out of the barrier. Naruko, you guys really get along. Juliet, he is our partner. Naruko's eyes widened upon hearing that. Uchiha, ha 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 ha, I like seeing that face. Lena, come on, don't laugh at her. Naruko, this is the first time I've seen a man who has a harem. Seraphal, then you know. Naruko, well, when a clan is left with few members, you get the idea. Gabriel, I see. Naruko, but you guys look happy. Penemu, because you think we are not. Naruko, it's just that most of those commitments are forced. Seraphal, not us. We're with Issei because we truly love him. Naruko, that's great. Maya, and you have a partner. You are a pretty girl and you will not lack suitors. Naruko, most people just look down and I look for someone who is stronger than me. Mayumi, and you haven't found it yet. Naruko, no. There's a boy who's strong but he's very proud and I don't like that. He's just like his clan except his mother and his sister, they're not like them. Aika, and what is your name? Naruko, Sasuke Uchiha. Here the Uchiha clan was not completely massacred, only the traitors leaving only Sasuke as a man. Juliet, the truth is that we have also met people like that. Naruko, and what have you done? Maya, easy. Penemu, we sent them to the hospital. Naruko, I see. Tell me how strong Issei is. Seraphal, maybe you're interested. Making a mischievous smile, and Naruko blushed upon hearing that. Naruko, it's not just that he said he was going to end this, but how? Leify, stay calm and trust him. Eleanor, he is strong. Misha, I think it's time to get back into action too. They all nodded and left the barrier to go to the fight again. While Issei was walking towards Madara, and when he arrived he saw him dressed in white and with a staff and some very injured. Issei, they're all okay. Most of them set their sights on Issei. Even Madara got upset when he saw him. Madara, you. Now if you can't do anything to me, I have the power. Issei observed him a bit, and noticed that he was still weak, and Madara saw that and got upset since he considered him still weak. At that moment he went to attack at great speed. The ninjas were surprised by that speed, but when he was about to hit Issei he stopped the blow, surprising most, since he did it without difficulty. After that Issei gave him a punch in the face that sent him flying away from there. Tsunade, how did you do that? Who are you? Issei, you already know that, but leaving that aside. What's wrong with those three people? Tsunade, they were revived by the Edo Tensei. Issei, I see, and you must be Naruko's father, right? Yes, how do you know my daughter? Issei, we met not long ago. My name is Minato Namikaze. Issei, nice to meet you, Issei. And the one who's all hurt over there is your son Naruto, isn't he? Naruto, I'm fine, Databayo. Issei, I see. But leaving that aside, I want everyone to leave. I'm going to fight that guy full of superiority. Hiruzen, are you crazy, young man? Don't you know who he is? Issei, Just a power addict, nothing more. Tobarama, he has the ultimate Rinnegan. I don't think you can fight him. Issei, those eyes of his aren't that big of a deal. I don't know why they're afraid of him. Sasuke, it's because they are the most powerful eyes in existence. Issei, if you say so. At that, the entire group saw a large ball of fire coming towards them, and Issei easily made it disappear with his eyes of destruction. Most were surprised to see that. Issei, get out of there, I have something important to do later. And I don't have time to play. Madara, hearing that, got more upset and went at full speed towards Issei, but when he arrived he was greeted with a blow to the abdomen, injuring him with pain. Then she gives him a big kick that sends him flying away. Naruto, that was great Databao. Sasuke was upset as he saw how Issei was defeating Madara without any difficulty. Minato, you're a strong boy, what village do you come from? Issei, I am not a traveler who likes to see new places, and while I was traveling I came across this place. Tsunade, maybe you didn't know about the war. Issei, no. I came around here looking for a person. Naruto, to whom? Issei, Mito Uzumaki. Hashirama, what are you looking for from my wife? Issei turned his gaze on the person who spoke. Issei, I see, so she got married. Can I ask you a question and I hope you're honest? Hashirama, sure. Issei, she was happy. Hashirama, yes, she was. Even though I loved her, she never reciprocated my feelings, but we got along well. Issei, I see. Hashirama, but why do you ask how you know her? Issei, it's a bit of a long story. But she was someone very special to me, so I'll go find her later. Tsunade, what are you planning to do? Issei, fulfill a promise from the past. Seconds later Madara appeared again, only this time floating, but when he was about to say something, something attacked him from behind. I clarify here that Naruto and Sasuke already have their powers of the Sage of the Six Paths. And that person was Zetsu. After doing so, seconds later a new figure is formed. Being a woman with long white hair and a large kimono. She had a neutral face and saw all the people and used her great ability to lock everyone except a few people. And being the two Uzumaki brothers and the Uchiha brothers and Issei and his group. 47. Naruto, what happened to everyone? At that moment the girls arrive and both Naruto and Sasuke were surprised at how cute they were and how much prettier Sasuke was. Irene, Issei, what happened to everyone? Issei, it must be because of her. All the girls look at Kaguya and were a little surprised by her power. Mayumi, what are we going to do? Issei, you guys don't do anything, I'll take care of it. Then a person appeared. Naruto, dude, what's going on? Naruko approached her brother and hit him on the head. Naruko, more respect for Hagoromo-sama. Bowing to him, Hagoromo just shook his head. Sasuke, what are we going to do? Hagoromo, you two have the ability to seal it, but you must do it at the same time. Naruto, you can count on us, Databao. Activating his Bijou form and going on the attack just like Sasuke. Issei, your brother is somewhat impulsive. Naruko, it was like this since we were kids. A person approaches both of them. I've never seen who you are. Naruko, let me introduce you to Issei. Issei, nice to meet you. Naruko, and this is my childhood friend Elizabeth. Elizabeth, nice to meet you. Hagoromo approached the group and looked seriously at Issei. Issei, something's wrong. Hagoromo, how strong are you, boy? Issei, who knows? You must be her son, what happened to her? Hagoromo, so much power made that happen to her, and together with my brother I had no choice but to seal her. Issei, I see, but I don't think those two will make it, they're very tired. Elizabeth, then what should we do? Issei, you guys are tired too, so I'll go. Maya, be careful. Issei just nodded and teleported to the battle site. Naruko, cool skill. Hagoromo, how powerful that boy is, I couldn't measure his power. Penemu, Even for us it is difficult to measure his power since we have never seen him fight seriously. Hagoromo, I understand. Elizabeth, because you weren't affected by Kagaya's ability. Seraphal, we don't know, maybe it was because of Issei. Naruko, well, we just have to trust them. Meanwhile in the fight, Kagaya, Naruto and Sasuke had gone to another dimension to fight and a few hours had already passed there. And both young men were tired. Naruto, what are we going to do? From what I see, she acts like nothing happened. Sasuke, I'm running out of chakra. Seconds later they received an attack from Kagaya sending them both flying away. She was going to go for Naruto since he was the most tired of the two. Issei, if I were you I wouldn't touch it. Kagaya, how did you get in here? No one can but me. Issei, it wasn't a big deal. Why are you doing this? Kagaya, humans don't deserve to have this power. So I'll take away all of their chakra. Issei, I would let you do it but I have some acquaintances. Kagaya, then you will die too. Using one of his abilities he attacked Issei but when the attack reached him he was completely destroyed. Kagaya, Zetsu, who is this person? Zetsu, I don't know, it's the first time I've seen him either. Although I remember that he fought Madara and won without much difficulty. Issei, I'll tell you one thing, I don't like fighting. So let's leave it at that. Kagaya, of course not, they deserve to die. Issei just let out a sigh and approached her at great speed and saw all her memories of the past. Issei, I see, now I understand why you want to kill them. Kagaya, you saw my memories. Issei, yes, I wanted to know the reason why you wanted to kill everyone. Kagaya, now you understand. So let me do it. Issei, you know that's in the past and in the end you got revenge on them. I don't know why to continue. Kagaya, He didn't know what to say since she was right. Zetsu saw the doubt in his mother, and tried to persuade her again and Issei noticed, and cast a spell on him to shut him up. Issei, I also wanted to kill humans before but after achieving it I was going to gain only loneliness. So I decide to get to know them better, and there are some who are good people. Kagaya, that's your case, mine is different. Everyone is afraid of me both for what I did and my appearance. Issei, then you do care how they see you. Putting on a half smile and looking embarrassed at Kagaya. Issei, don't pay any attention to that. Besides, I like the way you are. Kagaya blushed a little upon hearing that. Kagaya, you're playing with me, aren't you? Issei, because I would. I'm just telling the truth. Kagaya, I see. You're a strange person, aren't you afraid of your enemies? Issei, no. Also, from the beginning I didn't have much intention of fighting since it wasn't my turn. Kagaya, what do you mean? Issei, I'm not from this dimension. I come from a very far away place with the girls. Kagaya, and what are you looking for here? Issei, I promised to return to an old friend but so many years have passed, and she has already passed away. Kagaya, and now what will you do? Issei, find her and revive her. Kagaya, I see, he's a lucky person. Issei, tell me, you don't like this world very much. Kagaya, no. Issei, why don't you come with me so you can have a normal life in my world? Kagaya, why are you doing this? Do you pity me? Issei, I don't like you at all. And who do you decide? Kagaya, I like that idea. Issei, but before that you should get rid of that thing you have on your sleeve. Kagaya, he's my son. Issei, he plans to betray you later. But it's up to you. Kagaya looks at Zetsu, and he was scared at that moment she made him disappear. Issei, it didn't take you that long. Kagaya, I hate traitors. Issei approached her and activated a spell on her, changing her appearance a little. He then gave her a mirror to look at herself. Issei, you still have your abilities, don't worry. Kagaya, it's a big difference. Kagaya, thank you, and now what shall we do? Issei, we have to go back, there's nothing to do here. But first. Using a spell, he brought the two unconscious people with him. After that, they left the place. When Issei's girls left, they were happy to see him. And the sisters were surprised to see their brothers unconscious. Hagoromo, for his part, was surprised to see his mother very different. Issei, they're fine, just tired. Naruko, thank you for bringing it. Uchiha, you don't waste your time. Issei, ha ha ha. Issei, it's not what you think. She will come on our trips. Maya, sounds good. Akira, the more people the more fun. Kaguya was a little surprised since they weren't afraid of her, and that made her happy. Kaguya, long time no see. Hagoromo, what are you planning? Kaguya, nothing, you already heard him. So don't worry because I won't do anything else. Issei, calm down, I'll take care of her. Hagoromo, who are you really, boy? Issei, you just trust. Hagoromo just let out a sigh since he wasn't going to get information out of Issei and just nodded. Elizabeth, and what will happen now? The people are still there. Issei, Kaguya, do it like this, we're leaving. Kaguya, since when do you give me orders? Issei, from now on. Kaguya, you have nerve to say that. Issei, sure. But if you don't want to, I'll do it. Kaguya was going to answer, but Issei just snapped his fingers and little by little people began to wake up. Issei, it wasn't that difficult. Kaguya, as you did, that is my best ability. Issei, with time you will know perhaps. Gabriel, he is like that, you get used to it over time. Griselda, don't worry. Sorry for my manners. My name is Griselda Corda. I hope we get along. Little by little the others also introduced themselves. Issei, well, this war is over. Girls, let's go, I already found his trail. Sasha, sure there is a lot to see in this world. Lena, it's more outdated but I like it. The group was about to leave but Naruko stopped them. Naruko, we'll meet again. Issei, sure. In a few days I'll go to your village. And when that time comes, don't show them. Naruko, that's right, and I'll take you to eat at the best place. Issei just nodded and left with the girls. Little by little, people began to gather, and then everyone celebrated that the war had come to an end. 48. The group set off. Irina, Issei, how long will it take? Issei, just a few hours. Juliet, why don't we fly, it would be faster. Issei, we could but I like to walk although well you can't see much thanks to the war. Kaguya, it was all because of Zetsu, I had nothing to do with it. Issei, he only wanted to rule, he didn't care about the cost. Maya, there are many trees around here. Lena, from what I know, ninjas run around to get there faster. Aika, sounds great. Why don't we try that too? Issei, and you know how to do it. Aika, if they can do it, I can too. Kaguya, it's not that difficult, you just have to put chakra in your feet. Aika, and if I don't have that, what do I do? Issei, using your mana is almost the same, just concentrated on your feet. Aika just nodded and started. As she tried, she fell to the ground. And some of the girls laughed. Aika, Uchiha, why don't you try better yourself? Uchiha, I'm not really interested in that. I like walking, not jumping. Gabriel, let's go, then you can continue, there is a lot to do. Seraphal, there are many cities to visit. Leify, but first we have to go to the town where Naruko is. Eleanor, we promised him. Issei, I know and don't worry, we have plenty of time. Mayumi, you're right since we have nothing better to do. Sasha, yes, because school is boring. Misha, everything is boring to you. Sasha, it's because everyone is weak. And classes are boring. Maya, so my classes are boring. Giving him a smile, Sasha was scared when she saw that and grabbed Issei by the arm. Sasha, I really like yours. Maya, we'll see later. Penemu, the one who doesn't go to class is Issei. Issei, I'm not really interested in something I already know. Lena, They are very outdated in the studio, but I prefer that to being in my dimension where it was just work. Griselda, now you just study a little and then you spend your time doing nothing. Lena, what can I say? I didn't always have these freedoms. Issei, and what did you think of my group? Now, Kaguya is interesting, right? Kaguya, the truth is yes. Seraphal, little by little you will adapt, don't worry. Kaguya, I barely talked to people before. The humans here hated me and that forced me to eat the forbidden fruit. Issei, some humans are like that. They don't understand the unknown, instead of dealing with it they prefer to attack it. Kaguya, it happened to you. Issei, several times in the past. The afternoon came and the group continued telling some of their adventures. Kaguya gradually joined the conversation until she could speak calmly with everyone else. After a long journey they arrived at their destination. And that was where she was. Issei, if you want, you can rest here and come back in a few minutes. Penemu, don't be late. Issei just nodded and went to look. A few minutes later he arrived and was in front of her grave. Issei just created a magic circle and then she was in front of him. Little by little she opened her eyes and the first thing she saw was Issei. Myth Issei. Issei, Mito, how long? She quickly went to Issei and gave him a hug while shedding some tears. Myth, I missed you all this time, I thought you weren't coming back. Issei, sorry. But time goes by faster here. And when I heard what happened, I wanted to come and find you quickly. Myth, I thought you weren't coming back. And well, I have things to tell you. Issei, so you got married. Mito quickly separates from Issei. Myth, yes, but you should know that it was a political marriage. Although I got along well with Hashirama, there was never love. Issei, he told me. He told me not long ago. Myth, I always loved you. Because those moments we spent together were the best of my life even though they were short. Issei, it was fun and I also returned your appearance from that time. Mito hadn't realized and Issei gives her a mirror and she was surprised by how she looked. Myth, and what are we going to do now? Issei, what I promise you. Travel around the world or rather dimension. Myth, it sounds great. I've been waiting for this moment. Issei, you act like a child. From what I heard before, you were very serious. Myth, she was the leader so she had to be. Issei, I see. Well, let's go, I have to introduce you to the others. Mito just nodded and took Issei's hand with a big smile. They both left the place and went with the rest. When the girls came out they were surprised to see her. Issei, girls, this is Mito Uzumaki. Myth, nice to meet you all. Issei told me a lot about you. Seraphal, nice to meet you. Issei also told us a little about you. Little by little everyone introduced themselves. Kaguya, I am Kaguya Atsutsuki. Mito was surprised since she knew about her and looked at Issei, and he just nodded. Myth, nice to meet you. Kaguya, I hope we get along since we'll have to travel together. Myth, it will be like this. And well, what will we do? Issei, I promised Naruko that we would go to her village. Myth, you talk about Konoha? Issei, maybe I don't know the name. Myth, and you know how to get there. Issei, I know Naruko's aura won't be that difficult, plus there's an aura a little similar to yours. Myth, who? Issei Tsunade. Myth, I haven't seen her in a while. Let's hurry up, I have to catch up on everything. And get to know the others better. The girls just smiled at her as they noticed how energetic she is. Everyone headed towards Konoha. Mayumi, Issei, how long will we be in this dimension? A year like you were in mine. Issei, you said it. Now you are the guides. I will only create the portal and you will decide the time. Sasha, that's great. Then we'll tell you later. Issei, of course. Kaguya, how did you get so strong? Issei, train. Misha, where we come from, he was a demon king, feared by everyone. The only one who could fight him was the hero Canon. And in the end, the hero killed Anos Voldigoad. Tiamat, what is it that they killed? Issei, I let myself be killed. I was bored of so many meaningless fights. And also because if I had killed the hero it would have been much worse. That's why I created barriers to divide the villages. Sasha, then I can't beat you. Issei, no. When he left I was reincarnated where I currently live. Ika, wow, we didn't know that. Issei, they never asked? Irina, and your parents? Issei, I have no idea. Myth, you don't know them. Issei, no. But I have two now and they are good people as well as funny at times. Juliet, when I called father and told him that you had your own entourage, he told me that you should only have girls. Leifi, so? Issei, it was a coincidence. Maya, being you it's hard to believe. Griselda, she's right. Issei, things happen for a reason. I told you that you weren't obliged to accept. Ajiha, I don't regret it, and it's fun to see new places. Doing the same old thing gets boring after a while. Maya, I understand you. They continued the conversation until they saw the town in the distance. 49. Issei and company were in front of the large door. Myth, the truth hasn't changed much. Issei looked to the sides and saw two sleeping people. Issei, that's normal. Myth, I don't know, maybe they were occupied by the war. Lena, well, where will we go first? Issei, we'll go see Minato so we don't have any problems later. Ika, okay, let's go. The whole group set off on their way. As they did so, they attracted a lot of attention as it was obvious that they were not from that village. After a few minutes of walking they arrived at the Hokage building where they entered and went straight to the office. When they arrived they didn't see a secretary and knocked on the door, receiving a pass from Minato. The first to enter was Issei. Minato looked up to see who he was and was surprised to see him. Minato, you are that boy. Issei, nice to see you again. Minato, and what brings you here? Issei, I came to visit a friend and well I came to see you too so as not to have problems in the future. Minato, good decision. And that friend is my daughter, isn't she? Issei, yes. Minato, I see. Then I hope you enjoy your stay here. And you came alone? Issei, no. He approached the door, and the whole group entered the room. Minato was surprised by the large group. Even more so when he saw a redhead. Minato, you? It can't be possible. Mito, yes, I am Mito Uzumaki, but there is no time to explain. I also want to see everything. Minato just nodded in shock and the whole group left. Ajiha, not funny. Sasha, if it was, don't believe it, Kagaya. Kagaya, I can get used to seeing those expressions but they are funny. Gabriel, don't say that. The whole group walked through the streets, it was already late. Issei, well then let's go. I know where she is by her aura. They headed to the place and when they arrived they entered a small ramen stand. Issei walked over and touched his shoulder. Naruko, who bothers me at the happiest moment of my day. Turning around with a serious face. But seeing Issei change to one of surprise and then to one of embarrassment. Issei, well if that's the case we'll go. Naruko, it's not okay and I'm sorry. You just surprised me. How about you stay for lunch, I'll treat you. Seraphal, we also accept your mention of a place. Perhaps this is it. Naruko, that's right, the best ramen is here. Eleanor, if you say so, it must be so. Naruko happened to see Mito, and she just gave her a smile. At that everyone took their seats, filling the restaurant. Naruko, it didn't take as long as I thought. Maya, it was more expensive than I thought but fun. Naruko, and who she is, I hadn't seen her before. Mito, my name is Mito Uzumaki, nice to meet you. Naruko, I'm Naruko Uzumaki Databayo. Myth, maybe your mother is Kushina. Naruko, yes, because. Myth, not for nothing. Just curiosity. Naruko, I'm glad I met someone else from my clan. Since my mother said there are very few left. Myth, I know. I'm glad too. Naruko, and where do they plan to stay? Issei, when we were coming here we saw a hotel. Naruko, nothing like that. My house is very big, you can stay there. Issei, you shouldn't talk to your family first. Naruko, nah, that's fine. They'll be in favor, and leaving that aside, let's please eat. At that she ordered ramen for everyone and the group enjoyed it since it was good. When they finished, everyone walked through the streets until they ran into someone. Naruko, Elizabeth, how are you? Elizabeth, good. Nice to see you again, Issei and you girls. Leify, I say the same thing. What is life like without war? Elizabeth, it's much better now. I can have a quiet life, well for now since there are always renegade ninjas. Mayumi, there are always problems. Elizabeth, yes, where is everyone going? Naruko, let's go to my house since they will be staying at my house for a while I show them the village. Elizabeth, and then what will they do? Issei, explore a little more and then return to the house. Elizabeth, sounds great, I can stay with you for a while. Uchiha, sure, the more the merrier, it's more fun that way. But before going home we can go to the hot springs. Naruko, sure, let's go. It's a really cool place. Everyone was happy and set off on their way. As they did so, they came across another group. Naruko, Sakura, Ino and Tenten as are. Ino, fine, where are you going? Or rather, who are they? Naruko, my friends. They were in the war, maybe you don't remember them because of the fuss. Sakura, maybe that's why. Tenten, and where are they going? Elizabeth, to the hot springs, it's been a long day. Ino, sounds good, we can accompany them. Naruko, sure, let's go. They all went their separate ways again until they reached their destination and parted ways. Entering the bathroom, Sasuke felt pain as she saw the bodies of the other girls. Penemu, I haven't been to some for a while. Gabriel, there has hardly been time because of work. Sasha, the truth is that I had never entered one. Misha, me too. Eleanor, it's the same case. Mayumi, they are different but these are more relaxing. Naruko, I can tell that you are more tired than us. Griselda, although we haven't fought, we've had a lot of work. Kagaya, I was locked up for so long that I had forgotten this. Myth, what a great feeling. Uchiha, hey, we're leaving Issei alone. How about we go see him? Gabriel, no. Irina, there could be other people and that's bad. Uchiha, you guys are no fun. How about you Penemu and Maya? Penemu, I'm fine like this. Maya, I say the same thing. Sakura, what do you guys eat to be like this? Uchiha, you're talking about our breasts. Well, I'm not averse to that. Leify, although I don't compete like them. I still need to believe. You guys get along well. Plus, there are 4 of you who look a lot alike. Aika, not great. Sasha, although she is a bit childish. Aika, and you are very tsundere. Sasha, I'm not that. Tenten, I see you guys are also talking a lot about that boy who is yours. All, our partner. The 3 of them had their eyes wide open upon hearing that. How is that possible? Juliet, things as they are. Seraphol, just passing by. But it's actually fun being around him. Mayumi, yes, and he is very sincere. Lena, too much, I would say. Tenten, I wish I had someone like you guys say. Penemu, you're going to get it, you're pretty. Tenten, I hope I can. Irina, and now that there is no war, what will you do, Naruko? Naruko, doing missions so I don't get bored like my brother is a very imperative person. Elizabeth, too much, I'd say. I'm surprised that Hinata still loves him, and he hasn't realized it. Naruko, He is strong but very slow in that love thing, haha. Myth, there are always men like that. Leaving aside Issei since he is very sincere. Mayumi, I was always embarrassed at the academy but I took care of myself. Sasha, same in my case. He helped me sort out the situation with my sister. They talked for several minutes until they decided to leave the place since it was late. When they left, they saw Issei sitting waiting for them, and he gave them a smile and then continued on their way. 50. The group arrived at the house and went inside. At that moment, everyone heard a voice coming from the kitchen. Kushina, hello? He didn't finish as he saw the group and was surprised to see so many girls. Naruko, Mom, they are friends of mine who helped us in the war. Kushina, Minato told me a little bit. But it's hard to believe now that I see them. Naruko, Mom, they'll only be here for a while and that's it. Kushina, it's okay and if you can stay our house is big. Naruko, great. Issei, we won't be a bother, we'll just be here for a few days. Kushina, no problem databang. Myth, you still have that tick. Taking a step forward, Kushina was more surprised to see Mito so young since there was a photo of how she was before. Kushina, Mito-sama, it's you, but how? Myth, it's a bit of a long story, but let's leave it at that. And tell me how it went. Kushina, very well, now I have a family with which I am very happy. Myth, so I can see. You have very energetic children just like you. Kushina, ha ha ha, yes I know. And how did he meet all of them? Myth, I've known Issei for many years, but not so much the rest of the girls. Kushina, I see. Well, since we have company, I'll have to make more dinner. Gabriel, I can help you. Kushina, since you think you're my guest, I wouldn't do that. Gabriel, I have no problem. Juliet, maybe the more the better. Kushina, okay, let's go. And so the three of them went to the kitchen while the rest went to the living room. Maya, you have a nice house. Naruko, thank you. And how is yours? Issei, it's something big and it's in the academy. Naruko, how is that? Issei, well, where we come from, the academy lasts a long time. Naruko, it sounds boring, really. Aika, it is a little bit, but it has its moments. Penemu, like tournaments. Leifi, also the classes are very easy. Irina, for you yes, but for others it is not. Mayumi, Leifi is right, Irina, they are very easy. Irina, seriously. You know a lot because you were the student council president and very smart, just like Lena. Mayumi, try hard. Irina, I'm alone in this. Sasha, I feel sorry for you. Issei, and what kind of mission is your brother on? Naruko, he went to deliver a paper to Iron City. But he might come back tomorrow since he doesn't like that kind of mission at all. Ajiha, he likes action, doesn't he? Naruko, that's right. Penemu, and you like those kinds of missions too? Naruko, not much. Seraphal, from what I saw on the way, you are very famous. Naruko, it's because of the war, and not only because of that, since they want me to marry Sasuke. Irina, and there is something wrong with it. Naruko, I don't like him at all. Eleanor, because Naruko, he is believed to be the strongest in the entire village and also for being the last Uchiha. Griselda, and what are you going to do about it? Naruko, I don't know, my father is watching that but the council won't let him. Seraphal, they've given those people a lot of power, haven't they? Naruko, I think. Tiamat, don't worry about it, and if you need help just tell us. Naruko, thank you. Minutes passed, and the food was ready. They waited a few more minutes until Minato arrived in a yellow flash and everyone ate, while telling each other some stories. Issei, it was very good, thank you. Kushina, it's thanks to them. Minato, and you like Kagaya-sama. Kagaya, it was okay, but don't be afraid, I won't do anything to you. Minato, sorry. Issei, don't worry, she's a good person who acted like that because of the ambitions of others. Kagaya, that's right. Meanwhile, in a meeting room. As the Hokage told us, Kagaya is now in the village. That's good. If she stays, we will be the best of all, and they will fear and respect us. Having her and the last Uchiha and the Uzumaki twins, we will achieve great things. Also, that woman came with company with that bunch of beautiful women. Sasuke-sama will be happy if they are with him, and they must be strong if they are with Kagaya. So how are we going to make them stay? Time will tell if they like this city, and then they won't want to leave. And we take advantage of that, and make them citizens, and when they become citizens they will have to listen to us. But there was a boy with them. Don't take it seriously. We'll send a Numbu to kill him, it shouldn't be a big deal. The truth is, I would have liked to be able to try some of those women. I had never seen women so beautiful. Maybe it's possible, we just have to wait. They finished their conversation and each went home. The next day the group left home to explore. Elizabeth also joined them on their journey. We were walking for several hours without any problems. A week passed and everything was calm. They visited some places, ate at several restaurants, and met the rest of the ninjas. Hokage-sama, you know that Naruko is old enough to get married and you know who to marry. Minato, and you know I won't do that, Danzo. She'll marry whoever she wants. Danzo, but if she marries Sasuke we will make the village stronger. Minato, and you know that doesn't matter to me, I won't force anyone to marry, that was never in my plans. Danzo, and the rest of the girls who are friends with her. Minato, they are not from here and they will be leaving soon. They just came to visit Naruko. Danzo, we can't let them go anymore, Kagaya. If she's on our side, we'll be invincible. Minato, you better go, I'm tired of this talk. Letting out a sigh of how tired he was. While the group was at training camp number 7 rested. Naruko, these have been very fun days. Misha, yes they have been. At that moment 3 people arrived. Naruto, hello guys, how are you? Naruko, good, and how was your mission? Naruto, nothing good to say. Sasuke, Naruko, be ready for our wedding. Naruko, you know that won't happen, I won't marry you. Elizabeth, and Isama, stop saying such things. Sasuke, even so, those on the council already said it. At that Sasuke saw the rest of the girls and put on a smile since they all caught his attention. Sasuke, you guys should be among my wives too. You guys should be happy to be with an Uchiha. Penemu, we're fine like this. Plus we already have a partner, and he's here. Pointing at Issei who was lying on a tree sleeping. Sasuke, I don't sense any chakra in him. They'll be better off with me. Maya, you are very insistent as well as annoying. Myth, you better leave, you ruin the atmosphere. Sasuke, what did you say, stupid? Look, and it's better that you understand clearly, nobody talks to me like that. Besides, you'll be mine, just like everyone else. Will it be for good or bad reasons? Issei, or what? Getting up from his seat and walking towards them. Issei, look, brat, you better respect my women or you'll have to deal with me. Sasuke, and what will you do if you don't even have chakra? Issei, just because you have that you think you're the strongest. When you're in front of me you're nothing. Sasaki, I'll show you our difference. Going towards Issei with the intention of hitting him in the face, but Issei just dodges it and kicks him, sending him flying and leaving him crashing into a tree. Leaving some surprised by what he did. 51. Naruko, Sasuke, don't do this. Elizabeth, Oni Isama, get out of here or I'll tell my mother that you're causing trouble. Sasuke, don't worry, I won't kill him, I'll just leave him half dead. Sasha, that man is an idiot. He can't stand up to Issei. Maya, by the time I know of Issei's strength, it will be too late. Kagaya, you've seen him fight seriously. Misha, not really. Irina, never. Sasuke started making signs with his hands and then launched a fireball that Issei destroyed with his eyes. Naruko and Elizabeth were surprised to see that. Naruto and Sakura who were there were even more surprised. Issei, you'll leave now. since you won't have the chance later. Sasuke, I'm the strongest in the village. I possess the ultimate Rinnegan. You think I'm afraid of you? Issei, boy, you've got a lot of pride. Hasn't anyone ever given you what you deserve? Sasuke, no one is a rival. Issei, there are many rivals, but perhaps they are holding back so that you don't get bothered anymore. Sasuke, stop messing around and fight. Going towards Issei and trying to hit him, but Issei stopped his attacks very easily. Naruto, he couldn't do anything to her. Penemu, Issei is someone very strong, the truth. Myth, I only saw him fight when we met because he saved me that time. Kaguya, he just stopped my attacks. Without much difficulty. Aika, he likes to surprise us, honestly. Juliet, I would say too many ha ha ha. The girls continued watching the fight. Issei was already tired as he had no intention of fighting for now. He wanted to relax a little with his girls. With that, he dodged a blow and hit Sasuke in the face, and then hit him in the stomach, knocking all the air out of him. Sasuke was very upset when he woke up, so he used his Susanoo. Elizabeth, Issei, run, you won't be able to fight against his Susanoo since it is very resistant. Issei, it's not a big deal. Taking a step back and also creating a Susanoo, only that his was between black and was made of mana, not chakra. And he also had 4 arms where 2 had swords. Everyone upon seeing this had their eyes wide open from the tremendous power he radiated. Naruto, wow, that's cool. And his Susanoo is bigger than Sasuke's. Sakura, but that requires a lot of power. If he continues like this, he won't last long. Seraphal, it's great, isn't it? Griselda, you always show us unique things, Issei. In the battle, Sasuke was upset as he noticed that Issei's Susanoo is stronger than his. But Issei left him and went on the attack, launching an arrow. Issei grabbed it with one of his hands and returned it to Sasuke. When he deflected it, Issei appeared near him, cutting off one of his hands with his sword. And then the other one. Sasuke had no choice but to deactivate his Susanoo. Being on the ground, I was a little tired since I used a lot of chakra in a short time. Issei, you give up now. Sasuke, rot. Issei just let out a sigh, and starting to float, he created a ball of fire, which according to others was very powerful. When he had it ready, he threw it at Sasuke. He wanted to escape, but something wouldn't let him. He couldn't use any of his techniques either. Seconds later came the attack that hit him squarely. No one felt that, as Issei had created a barrier so they wouldn't be disturbed. When the smoke cleared, there was Sasuke unconscious with several wounds. Issei, don't worry, he's still alive. Elizabeth, thank you for not killing him, even though he always acts like that. Issei, you guys spoiled him too much. By not beating him up, if you had done that, he wouldn't be so arrogant. Sooner or later, he'll find an enemy stronger than him. And that person will have no mercy against your brother. Elizabeth, I know, and thanks for telling me again. Issei just nodded, and Elizabeth went to her brother and took him to the hospital. Naruto, that was great. Hey, don't you want to fight me too? Issei, no thanks, I'm fine like this. Naruto, come on, don't be boring, Databayo. Naruto, Oni-chan, stop bothering me and get out of here, okay? He said it with a serious look while his hair began to move. Naruto, seeing that, quickly left the place, taking Sakura to escape. Myth, you inherited that from your mother. Naruto, yeah. That's the only way I can control my brother. And now that it happens, I don't think it will stay like this. Issei, I know. I also found out something when we arrived at this village, but I didn't tell anyone so as not to cause trouble. Gabriel, what's wrong? Issei, one day, those who call themselves counselors gathered together and planned for all of you to marry that guy from a little while ago so that you can have strong children. The girls were both surprised and upset to hear that. Issei, but they would do that later since we don't belong here. Over time they think that we will stay and thus give us another residence for you. Uchiha, and you. Issei, they plan to kill me. They want you to stay longer, Kaguya, so that you will have more power. Kaguya, there are always idiots who are hungry for power. Naruko, it's my fault this happened. Penemu, don't worry, this always happens. You don't know how many times they've wanted us to get married. Seraphol, but we've always gotten out of that mess. Eleanor, and what will you do, Issei? Issei, wait a bit. And when they want to act, I will too. Mayumi, you have a plan. Issei, yes. I'll pretend to kill myself, and you guys will do the rest. You know how, just don't cause a fuss. Ajiha, I don't promise anything. Maya, I say the same thing. Kaguya, I don't even want to see them. Myth, this only disappoints the truth. Issei, don't kill them, just leave them injured. Tiamat, we're gonna try, ha ha ha. Issei, with this clear, let's go. Naruko, you can go ahead, I want to talk to them. Issei just nodded and left. Sasha, something's wrong. Naruko, well, the truth is I wanted to ask your permission so I could have a date with Issei. She said it all embarrassed. Seraphol, we knew you would give us that sooner or later. Gabriel, sure, no problem, have fun. Aika, just tell them when and we won't bother them that day. Naruko was glad to hear that and gave the group a big smile. After that, the whole group of girls headed home to rest since it was late. 52. It was a new day and Issei was in the living room while the girls were in the courtyard training a little. At that moment, Naruko sat next to Issei. Issei, and the others. Naruko, they're still training. But I don't know why they do it if they're already so strong. Issei, it's better to be prepared. And why aren't you there too? Naruko, I got a little tired and they fight very fast. Issei, I see. Naruko, Issei, I can tell you something. Issei, of course. Naruko, you can go on a date with me. She said this very embarrassed because she had never asked someone out. Issei, it's okay. I like you and I want to know more about you. Hearing that, she was happy and gave Issei a big smile. Naruko, great. So, how about tonight? Issei, it's fine by me, but what are we going to do so I'm wearing appropriate clothing? Naruko, dress as you wish, you already know a little about how I am. Issei, someone with a lot of energy. Naruko, that's right. Then we don't see. Leaving with the rest of the girls. When she arrived, they were waiting for her, and when Naruko arrived, she just nodded. Lena, and where do you plan to go? Naruko, I still won't see him while we're walking. Mayumi, I wish you luck. Griselda, you're having fun. Naruko, I will, and thanks for the support. They talked a little more until night came. Both boys were at the exit saying goodbye to the other girls. Since Kushina and Minato were on a trip and Naruto was on a mission. As they left, they walked through the streets of the village. There were many people. Issei, something's happening today, so there are so many people. Naruko, now that there is a bit of peace, there are many travelers coming to the village. Issei, I see. They must have come to find out where the heroes live. Naruko, you are the hero, but not many know it since you left quickly on that occasion. Issei, the thing I care the least about is fame. Naruko, I don't like Ami either. Only Sasuke, who shows off to anyone who asks him. Issei, I heard that your brother killed most of your clan. Why was that? Naruko, he only protected the village. Since the majority of that clan wanted to carry out a coup and they wanted to rule. Issei, there are people who have a lot of power and believe themselves to be invincible. Naruko, I know they are the strongest here for possessing the Sharingan. Issei, it's just a copying skill, it's not that big of a deal really. Naruko, you're not afraid of anything or what? Issei, there will always be something. Let's just have fun then. Taking Naruko's hand and leading her to several stalls where there were various games. After that they went to eat what Naruko likes the most, her ramen. Later they continued on their way until they reached the Hokage monument. Issei, it's a beautiful sight. Naruko, This is where I come when I want to think. Issei, I understand. Naruko, Issei, when they plan to leave. Issei, I don't know. I'll leave when the girls want me to. This trip is for them, I've already had many solo trips. Naruko, and if they leave, I'll see them again. Issei, maybe? Naruko, you're a difficult person to deal with, you know. Issei, they told me that a lot before. Naruko, but I like that part of you. You know, Issei, since I met you I could tell that you weren't an arrogant person for having a lot of power. And as I got to know you more and more, I liked you more. That's why I want to be with you and the other girls since I like them a lot. Issei, you're a nice girl, Naruko. Kind, energetic, and sincere. But tell me, are you willing to leave your family and friends? You should know that I don't know when we'll be back here. Naruko, I also want to travel a lot. And well, my parents will understand. Issei, if so, welcome to the family. Approaching Naruko and giving her a hug and then a kiss. Naruko, so this is what a kiss feels like. It's great, Databeo. Issei, I'm glad to hear that. Well, you know it's late, how about we go back with the others? Naruko just nodded with a smile and they both left the place. Upon arriving at Naruko, they asked her many questions about how things went. And she responded to all of them with a big smile. 2 days had passed and everything was joy in the house. Irina, hey Naruko, when is your family coming back? Naruko, this afternoon. It's a long trip. I didn't want to go because it's very boring. Eleanor, I don't know if it's just me, but I've felt those presences nearby since yesterday. Kaguya, they've been watching us, that disgusts me. Sasha, and we're right. We kill them now. Issei, I'm going to go for a walk a bit, I think today is that day. Tell me one thing, you guys know how to act, don't you? Myth, of course. Maya, it's very easy. Mayumi, obviously. Issei, Adi Mayumi, it will be difficult for you. I know you from school. Mayumi, I'll try, okay. Issei just nodded and said goodbye to everyone and left the place. Irina, and how will we know when the plan starts? Juliet, when they come to inform us. I don't think it will take that long. Ika, Burbo, while we wait, how about we have some tea? They all agreed with the plan and went to the living room to have tea and continue the conversation. After half an hour, an Umbu arrived and gave them the news. Umbu, I'm sorry for your friend. But you must go to the room where the advisors are, they wish to speak with you. Naruko, I see. You can go, I'll guide you to the place. He just nodded and disappeared in that instant. Misha, well? Maya, you have to listen to what he will say. Seraphol, they'll just talk nonsense. Penemu, the same as the other counselors in our world as well. Gabriel, we better go and wait to see what they tell us. They all nodded and left the house towards where the old people were. 53. The group of girls began to walk to the council room where they always attracted attention for being very pretty. Naruko, they know what will happen, right? Leify, and they also waited for the moment when your parents were not there. Naruko, yes. Continuing on their way until they reached the place, and an Umbu guided them to the room where those from the council were, more specifically those from the civil council since the shinobi had not been informed. Naruko, good afternoon, and what do you wish from my friends? Naruko-san can go outside since this is not very nice. Naruko, no thanks, I'm fine like this. Okay. We were recently informed that your partner died after being attacked by a renegade ninja. Irina, it can't be, Issei is very strong and no one could touch him. I guess even the best people get careless. Mayumi, oh no, and now what are we going to do without him? Faking sadness and shedding a few tears where the girls thought he had improved in his acting. Kaguya, if that's all, we'd better go since without him, there's no need to stay here any longer. Seraphol, they can give us his body at least. It's very bad, I'm sorry. Akira, okay, no problem, we'll see what to do with him. If you want, you can stay and start your life again, because if you return to your village you will only feel pain. Penemu, thanks for the offer, but we better go back. Think about it, there's no rush, everyone will be treated well. Giving them a smile just like the rest of the old men. Issei, on the other hand, is leaning against a wall watching the whole situation with a smile, since he partly wanted to see when the girls would act. Lena, it's nice and the whole place, but where we come from is better. Sasha, also, Naruko will come with us. The old people were surprised when they heard this, as they had not expected such news. That won't be possible, she is a citizen of this village and she can't leave. Naruko, if I can, I already talked to my parents, and they are in favor. Lying since he hadn't told them anything. Danzo, no one will leave, especially now that we are in critical times, since with the defeat of Akatsuki many renegade ninjas have left, and are dangerous. It is better for them to stay here, it is safer. Deciding to speak up since he previously stayed out of the situation to see how things would turn out. Gabriel, we can take care of ourselves. Tiamat, more than you think. Maya, if this is all, we better go since we have better things to do. You better accept it in a good way. Myth, are they threatening us? They should know one thing, and that is that most of them do not like to be intimidated. Danzo stood up and removed the blindfold from his eye, and everyone saw a Sharingan where the old men were surprised to see that. Danzo took a few steps, being a little close to the girls. Danzo, no one will leave here and you will stay here and marry Sasuke Uchiha, understand? They all nodded and Danzo smiled at that since he had no intention of using that ability. With that he turned around to go take a seat again. Kagaya, you expected us to accept, didn't you? Are you forgetting who I am or acting stupid? Danzo turned around and saw the entire group. Uchiha, you know we have the chakra goddess on our side, plus she has all the abilities. Penemu, old age made him more of an idiot. Sasha, you're right. Eleanor, so what's the plan now? Because as we've seen, they just want to use us and I really hate that. Having a serious look as it made her remember her past. Juliet, I have an idea, how about we beat them all up? Akira, now that would be very easy. Misha, public humiliation. Maya, that sounds much better actually. Myth, it's not bad for me. Kagaya, honestly, you just have to kill them, it's not that difficult. I would do it, but I honestly don't want to get my hands dirty. Griselda, I won't. While the old men of the council were in shock from the discussion they were having. Danzo, they think they'll have it easy, we have the Umbus on our side. Griselda, speaking of which, can I ask you a question, Naruko? Naruko, yes. Griselda, from what I investigated, the Umbus are stronger than anyone, well, except for the Hokage. Naruko, I think so. Griselda, then why are they defeated so easily and why were they not in the war? Sasha, the answer is very easy, my sister. Uchiha, and it's because they are weaker than anyone else, they are just appearances. I've seen many like that. Penemu, I confirm. Tiamat, Naruko is stronger than them, and she is barely a genin. Naruko, don't remind me of that. Juliet, anyway, it's time for action, are you ready, Tiamat? She just nodded and then she transformed into a celestial sphere and entered Juliet, where the old people were surprised by that. Akira, Drake, are you ready? We haven't fought for a while. Drake, I want to sleep a little more. Akira, you've been asleep for more than a week, you're really lazy, to be honest. Where he received no response from his partner, causing Akira to let out a sigh. The council members called all the root Umbus, where there were more than 50. Lena, to the attack. Taking out a gun from a pocket dimension, and some girls took out their weapons while Kagaya did nothing, as she had no intention of fighting against inferior beings. It didn't take the girls even 10 minutes to finish everyone off, leaving only the old men left, and they were dying of fear from such abilities. Danzo, noticing that the girls were talking to each other, took the opportunity to escape, but his path was interrupted by Issei, who grabbed him by the neck. Everyone, upon hearing Danzo's moans, looked for their origin, and the most surprised were the old men, while the girls just gave him a smile. Issei, girls, you did very well, but I'll give you a reward later. Plus, you Mayumi have improved. Upon hearing that, she just blushed like Mito's hair, where some laughed at seeing that. Issei, well Danzo, I see that you are trying to escape like the coward that you are. I will kill you myself, but I wish for you to suffer, and that is why I will tell my dear Kaguya to do it for me. Kaguya, I don't want to. Issei, come on, it won't even take you 5 seconds. Kaguya, it's a waste of power. Issei, I'll make you happy later. Giving her a smile where Kaguya blushed, and the girls tried not to laugh seeing her like that. Kaguya shook her head to remove the blush and just nodded afterwards. Issei released Danzo and was about to say something, but Kaguya put him in a genjutsu where seconds later everyone heard his screams of agony. Issei, good, you guys continue. Creating a fireball in his hand where he killed them all in an instant. After that the group left since they were going to be called soon for what they did. 54. A day had passed since the death of the counselors, where no one knew how it happened, where the civilians were the most surprised by what happened while the clan leaders did not take it seriously since it was better with Danzo's death. Issei stood at the top of Mount Hokage. Myth, Issei, that you think so much? Issei, it's time to go home. Myth, I really thought we would be there longer. Issei, we're just waiting for Naruko's parents, you know what she's like. And if we leave just like that, they might get worried. Myth, you are right, since for the Uzumaki's family comes first. Issei, I know, and you have nothing to do. Myth, the truth is, it's not better that Tsunade doesn't know about me that much so she doesn't get so attached to me, ha ha ha. Issei, well, it's time to go back because if we take any longer something could happen. Myth, like what? Issei just pointed his finger where a huge explosion instantly occurred. Issei, let's go. Extending his hand where Mito just took it, and instantly they both teleported, appearing near the battle where upon arriving Issei saw 4 people fighting. Issei, someone tell me what's going on here. The group upon hearing that voice quickly looked at Issei where Gabriel approached. Gabriel, well Akira, Juliet, Misha and Sasha are fighting to see who is stronger. Akira, and for the moment we have the advantage. Sasha, don't lie, I've destroyed all your attacks. Juliet, it's luck. Sasha, none of that will be better than both of you giving up. Akira, never. Activating her armor just like Juliet, where both of them launched into the attack. Sasha, Misha, I'll give you time and you build the castle. Misha just nodded while Sasha went on the attack while the rest just watched the battle. Issei, Eleanor as Zeshia has been. Eleanor, thanks to the dimension you created for them, everything is fine. When I have time, I go to see them, and they want to see their father. He said it with a blush where the rest heard the last. Mayumi, wait, what is that about a daughter? Eleanor, haven't I told you? They all denied it because they didn't know about the subject except for Sasha and Misha. Eleanor, I have 10,000 daughters. Giving them a smile where the rest opened their eyes wide where they instantly saw Issei. Ajiha, wow, you don't waste your time, dear. Issei, something's happened. He said it without looking at you since he was watching the battle. At that moment Sasha fell to the ground where Juliet launched an attack, and when she was about to hit her a sphere of fire fell near her where she barely managed to defend herself. Misha, everything is ready. Sasha, good. Teleporting inside the castle where both began to shoot, while Akira and Juliet evaded all attacks. Akira, that's it. Let's fight hand to hand. Sasha, good. Looking at his sister where she just gave him a smile. They both left the castle and saw their rivals. Sasha, there's something we can do that you can't. Taking her sister's hand where they began to float. Sasha, Misha, Dino Jixes. Where a sphere of light enclosed them while the rest weren't looking. When the light disappeared, all the girls were shocked to see the change. Sammy, we are ready. Akira, wow, you guys are really cool. Sammy, we know. Where they launched an attack just like the other two. Seraphal, you knew they could do that. Issei, yes, because before they were destined to be just one person, but I interfered. Naruko, wow, it's really cool. Issei, as it turns out, your parents are returning today, not Naruko. Naruko, yes, and I'll tell them about us. Giving a smile to Issei where he just nodded. The twins fought for a long time until Issei decided to interfere since they were destroying everything in their path, and then it would be his turn to clean up. Lena, it was a good battle. One of these days I want to fight against you. Sasha, it's okay with me, but even if we're friends, I'm not going to hold back. Lena, much better, and what do you say, Maya, are you joining us? Maya, maybe another time since I haven't fought for a long time and I need to get stronger. Tiamat, you must train too, partner. Juliet, I know, don't worry. Leifei, Issei, could you teach me new types of magic? Issei, sure, whenever you want. Leifei, great. Irina, we all have to train to be as strong as Issei. Sasha, that would be impossible since he's a lazy fighter. Issei, do you forget who your king is? He said it with a smile where Sasha stiffened as she remembered Issei's past. Kagaya, don't bother her. Myth, he's just playing. Issei, I know. Starting to walk to the house like the rest. Hours later, Naruko's family arrived where the girls decided to leave them alone. Naruko was nervous as Issei took her hand, causing her parents and brother to be surprised. Issei, since I met Naruko, she was a very cheerful girl with whom I wish to spend much more time. Naruko, I love Issei and I want to be with him. Would you give me permission for us to be together? Kushina, you are my girl and I will always support you, and if that makes you happy, obviously we will accept it, isn't it, dear? Giving him a smile where Minato just nodded quickly since he didn't want to contradict his wife, and also he liked Issei. Naruto, I like him and he defeated Sasuke, ha ha ha. Take care of her, and if something happens to her I'll come for you, Dadabayo. Issei, don't worry. Kushina, since you like to travel, that means they'll be leaving. Issei, that's true, and the truth is that we will leave in a week so Naruko can spend time with you and your friends, but I promise that I will bring her from time to time. Minato, I hope so. Kushina, well, leaving that aside, let's celebrate because my girl already has a boyfriend. So call the rest. Naruko happily agreed and left to find the rest while Naruto and Minato asked Issei questions. The whole night was full of joy, especially for Naruko since her parents had accepted Issei with open hands. 55. After a few days of fun, the big family returned to their world where some were surprised by the big difference. Maya, well, the fun is over, it will be time to get back to work. Penemu, that's how things are. Naruko, and what will I do? Seraphal, well, you'll have to study and don't worry, I'll enroll you. Taking the blonde's hand, she complained but was eventually dragged along. Little by little, everyone went to do their own thing. Myth, and what will you do, Issei? Issei, I'll go see my parents if you want to go. Myth, I honestly don't feel ready yet and maybe others think the same. Issei, I understand. Uchiha, it doesn't bother you. Issei, of course not. Besides, Akira and Juliet will be going later too. Uchiha, have a good trip even though you can go in a magic circle. Issei, I'll go by train. Both of them just gave him a hug and then watched as Issei left the place. Hours later, Issei was on his way home in the same train. Issei, and to think that months ago I was in this place with only the idea of having a good student life. Remembering everything he had done in such a short time with a slight smile. Some time later he was in front of his house where when he knocked on a brown-haired woman she opened the door. Isabella, son. Having a big smile and then giving him a hug that Issei reciprocated. After entering, Mickey and Goro gave him a welcoming hug. Goro, you did so many things, ha 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 ha, that's my son. Mickey, that happened because you gave him so many ideas. Isabella, and why didn't the girls come? Issei, they had things to do. Mickey, Akira and Juliet will come in 2 days so you'll have to be alone for a while. Issei, it's okay, it's good to have some time with the family. The three of them just smiled upon hearing that, and then both women went to the kitchen, leaving father and son talking. The next day he went out for a walk around his town, which for him was the best because it was quiet and without problems, just as he liked. After sharing some things that they asked of him, he headed back to his home. When he was in front of it, the only thing he noticed was how the firemen were putting out the fire in his home. "I'm glad you're okay, Issei. I'm sorry about your home." "Issei, he knows what happened here. I just saw how a group of people were in front of your house." Mickey opened the door where they took her by the hand and then went for your father and his friend. "Issei, I see." Leaving the shopping bag on the floor and then walking away. Elsewhere, a group was beating Goro while Mickey was crying as she saw how her husband was suffering. What better way to make the Sekurudai suffer than by torturing their parents? And to think there was a beautiful woman in that home. "Isabella, they won't get away with it. Nobody will find us, and don't worry, we're all going to have fun with you. Goro, don't touch her." Using much of his power to break free from their hold and charging at them only to receive multiple hits. "Mickey, please no. We are just following orders from our leader." "Issei, who is your leader?" The group upon hearing that voice looked back to see a black-haired man with red eyes. Issei just watched his parents state with a more serious look than usual. "Ha ha ha ha, this is going to be fun. Going against Issei to kill him." "Issei, stay still." Instantly the man stopped in his tracks. After that he snapped his fingers where his father was healed, and then the three of them were teleported to another place. "Issei, there are very few things that make me angry, and this is one of them. How dare you take away our fun, you damn human." "Issei, I'll say it again. Who's your leader? Tell me now that I'm in the mood. Not even if you kill me 1,000 times will I tell you." "Issei, you said something very interesting." Standing in front of the man where he snapped his fingers, causing the demon to explode into hundreds of pieces that splattered everyone. After that he dropped a drop of his blood, causing the demon to resurrect. The others seeing this were surprised by this ability. "Issei, and you will tell me well. Right, you damn thing." Without saying anything, Issei snapped his fingers again, causing the man to explode. The others, seeing this, wanted to flee, but their pride prevented them, and without thinking, they launched themselves at Issei. He for his part just looked at one, making him start to age quickly until he turned to dust. Others launched themselves at him, but Issei didn't even move, causing his heartbeat to kill everyone. Issei snapped his fingers again to resurrect the demon. "Issei, this is interesting, isn't it? Maybe you're someone else, or the same person. Tell me what you think." "You are a monster." Trying to run, but Issei created a sphere with his finger and then threw it. When he did so, it grew to a large size that hit the demon, causing a huge explosion. After that he resurrected him again. It was Raizavim-sama's orders that he wanted the Sekurudai and Chaos to suffer for interfering in his plans. "Issei, who is Raizavim?" "He is the son of the strongest demon of all." "Issei, that sounds interesting." "He will leave me alive. I already told him everything." "Issei, I'm a demon, and if I leave you alive I would be staining my legacy." Turning around and taking a step, causing the demon to instantly explode. Issei, instead of going home, teleported to his bedroom where the girls were happy when they saw him, but when they saw his look they got worried. "Lena, Issei, what's wrong?" "Issei, we'll go hunting." "Juliet, what do you mean?" He just created a hologram of how Gora suffered torture, causing the twins to become upset. "Issei, I didn't care that he made enemies of others, but his biggest mistake was messing with my parents." "Eleanor, tell me what you want to do." "Issei, end this stupidity." "Mayumi, I'm ready." "Ajiha, I wish to use my fists." "Akira, that old man." "Issei, we're leaving first thing in the morning tomorrow." "Griselda, you won't leave anyone alive, right?" "Issei, Misha, who was I in the past, and why was I feared?" "Misha, you are and will be the Demon King where even the gods feared you." "Issei, that thing thinks it's big, it's time to show it that no one messes with the king." "Irina, I'll go get things ready." The others nodded and also went to get ready.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown in left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.